What's going on, guys? It is 9:58 p.m. and we are live. We're going to discuss the recent announcements for UFC 287, which I called a couple days ago. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira 2 at UFC 287, April 8th. Co-main event, Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. Already done an entire video on this, so if you guys are looking for an in-depth video on my thoughts on it, make sure to check it out on the channel. It helps support the channel. Put it out roughly, let's see, how long did I put that video out? 3 hours ago, just about. It's coming up on 3 hours since it's been out. Got it out fairly quickly after the news. I'm wondering how many of you guys saw that announcement and thought back to my Kelvin Gastelum versus Chris Curtis video, where I said in that video, the main event, and I said this in another video, but I don't remember which one it was. I said in that video, the main event of UFC 287 will be Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya 2. Let me know in the comments if somebody's watching this after the fact when we're not live, or in the chat, who thought of that when they heard the announcement. I'm genuinely curious because I was fairly confident in that prediction and it came true. So I'm happy. Usually there's a lot of stuff being thrown around a lot of the times, and I'm hyped that I got that one correct. But yeah, we'll talk about the announcement itself. We'll talk about the two fights. Obviously, I already still have, I have the video out. It's about 20 minutes long on both of them. I've been pumping out videos like crazy. The reason I wasn't on an hour or two ago was because I was pumping out another video. I have a 16-minute video, top 3 reasons I hate UFC 284, which will be out tomorrow probably. I'm debating about when I want to release it. And I'm debating, I haven't decided yet. I might record a video after the stream, top 3 reasons I love, but I might just put it off and record it on like Sunday or something. No fights tomorrow. Next week we got garbage fights, and then finally UFC 284, which is looking a little lackluster, and I discussed that in the video, but I told you guys I would stream tonight. And we got plenty of announcements to talk about with that huge announcement from Dana White. It was kind of weird, honestly. I want to talk about a little bit more of just the special announcement in itself. Dana White, just seems weird. He didn't even remember half their names. He's like, and then he's screaming into the camera. It was clearly pre-recorded, and that's the best he could come up with. Very, very strange. But nonetheless, I wish it would have been a little bit more news. I was hoping for a little bit more news. But Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira 2 is a massive fight. So it is what it is. I'm not going to complain too much. I love that fight. It was the only fight to make. I know there were some people speculating, recently Pereira came out and said, I'll fight Whitaker. That was never going to happen. That's why I've never even really discussed that fight with you guys, because it was never, ever, 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 ever going to happen. I knew it was always going to be Pereira Adesanya 2, which kind of made the news a little bit weird because it was like, okay, we already knew this was going to happen. We just didn't know the official date for it yet, but I assumed it would be April in New York. It's still, the location is yet to be determined yet, but I believe it will be in New York. I kind of want to go. I'm not going to lie. I thought about going to UFC 281. I didn't, and look how good it was. So that card is phenomenal. Let's actually look that up real quick. UFC 287, just so we can go over the full card. It should be updated on Tapology by now, I would assume. It is not updated on Tapology. But we got Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira 2. We got Rob Font, Adrian Yanez, Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal, Kelvin Gastelum, Chris Curtis, Raul Rosas Jr. versus Christian Rodriguez, Gerald Meerschaert versus Joe Pfeiffer, I think is how you pronounce it. UFC 287 is going to be incredible, and I think it will be in New York. They might even do it at Madison Square Garden. They usually do in Brooklyn for the April cards, but they might even do it at Madison Square Garden, to be quite honest, just because of the gravity of that fight. That is a massive fight. Also, guys, if you haven't kept an eye out on the channel, I've released a bunch of videos. So I released a video about UFC 287. I released a video, should the UFC abolish women's MMA, where I talk about certain divisions needing to be closed down, or the UFC needs to do something to develop talent. I also did a video about the Ultimate Fighter, Conor McGregor, that I think he's lying about that. I also did a video on Power Slap. It'll be the one and only video I do on Power Slap, unless something new comes about with it that's massive news. I'm not going to talk about it at all. So I did my one video. It's 15 minutes long. It is on the channel, and I go in depth of, why it's an embarrassment to the UFC. And in particular, one thing that really annoys me, I have a video about Kelvin Gastelum, Chris Curtis, early prediction on the channel. I have a video about what's next for Jamal Hill and Brandon Moreno. I got a video about UFC 285, and so on and so forth. I've been pumping out videos like crazy this week, and they've all been pretty quality videos as well. So I hope you guys, if you have watched them all, I appreciate you very, very much, because I know there is some people who's watched every single one of those videos I just mentioned. Anyway, if you guys have questions, fill up the chat with questions. If you guys have not already, do me a favor and like this stream. If you are watching tonight and you are not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 7,000 subscribers. I don't know why I'm not there yet. It is what it is, but I want to get there. I want to get there. It seems like because of the month off, the YouTube algorithm and people searching for MMA related content has been kind of in a downturn. It's starting to pick back up. I think we've picked up like 150 subscribers in the last week, 200 subscribers roughly maybe. And it's only going to get better with, especially March coming up. Not the next 2 weeks is kind of a lull in action, but do me a favor. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And if you haven't liked the stream, like the stream, because there's probably plenty of MMA fans right now looking for MMA content. If you guys like the streams, run up the likes. It's more likely to get recommended to more people. Okay, to the chat. Niles Rodriguez, what's going on? I'm happy to see a live stream with all the announcements today. Like it up, chat. Thank you, Niles. I appreciate you always tuning in. What's up, Fries? What's up, Homework? What's up, Cat Daddy? When is Burns Masvidal? It is at UFC 287, April 8th. I'm still mad I waited for 40 minutes for a bunch of bullshit. The announcement itself was weird. The fact that he said, look, in 30 minutes I'm going live, and then it was a pre-recorded video, and they were 40 minutes late. And then all they did was what they were doing there. I'll explain what they were doing there. I should have talked about it in the video itself. I kind of touched on it a little bit. What Dana and the UFC was doing there, they were just drumming up interest in the announcement, and they were using it as a platform to promote other fights rather than just coming on and saying the UFC 287 main event will be Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira 2, and the co-main event will be Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal. They wanted to kind of build anticipation and also promote the other fights coming up because they knew a lot of fans would be watching, waiting for what the actual announcement was. I just thought maybe there would be like another big announcement in there. And I also think because a lot of people didn't see didn't see it. A lot of people saw the fight coming. They were like disappointed because we already kind of knew Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya 2 was happening. So I think a lot of people were disappointed in that respect. Dana looked totally off. Was like almost mispronouncing names and forgetting names, and he seemed distracted, and he was screaming at the top of his lungs. I mean, I wish I didn't watch it because he was just screaming at the top of his lungs the whole time, It was bizarre, but it is what it is. We got some interest. We got to be on the edge of our seat for 40 minutes and wonder what's going on. I actually came home. I was out and I went home because I was like, okay, it's going to be hopefully big news, and I'll make a video about it immediately. As soon as it was over, I made a video, but then it took forever to render and took forever for YouTube to process it. I ended up releasing it before YouTube even finished processing the HD version because they were taking forever. But I tried to get it out pretty quick, but there was already, I searched right before I released, there was already a bunch of videos out on it, obviously. But these are videos where people do like a 1-minute reaction. I did a 19-minute reaction. So obviously, and it's in 4K. So obviously that's going to take longer than, a 2-minute reaction on YouTube in HD where I could have pumped that out in 30 seconds. Had I known the announcement was going on sooner than I would have known, I would have probably just live streamed it. Been on here live. We could have reacted to it live, but then I would have been pissed because we'd have waited 40 minutes for the announcement to start. So it was a bizarre announcement. I wish I would have just caught it like right after the fact, to be quite honest. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Where was I at? I don't remember a time where I was more hyped for a stretch of fights. The next few months going to be fire. The next few months is incredible. I mean, just off the top of my head, Merab versus Piotr Jan. Okay. We have Islam versus Volk. We have Ciryl John Jones. We have Adesanya Pereira 2, Jorge Burns, Dan Hooker, Jalen Turner. There's a million other ones. Rafael Fiziev, Justin Gaethje, Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards. I mean, we'll skip the next month a little bit, but March, April is looking incredible. Corey Sandhagen versus Marlon Chito Vera. What else is on that card? Let's see. And nothing really super notable on that card. Krylov Span is kind of ugly too. What else is on UFC 285? Brunson, Duplessis, Jeff Neal, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Bo Nickel, Cody Garbrandt, Julio Arce, Jalen Turner, Dan Hooker. 286 is looking at, I mean, March is going to be phenomenal. 286, Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman, Justin Gaethje, Rafael Fiziev, Marvin Vettori, Roman Dolidze, Gunnar Nelson, Daniel Rodriguez, Laron Murphy, Nathaniel Wood is a savage fight. Muhammad Makayev versus Jafel Fialio, Jack Shore, Makwan Amirkhani. I mean, I know those aren't the biggest fights, but those are solid fights too. Jan Davalishvili. Yeah, I mean, this is just an amazing stretch. 287, obviously I already talked about. Yeah, it's going to be really, 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 really good, and I'm really looking forward to these matchups. It's going to be a great stretch. We got to get through the next 3 to 4 weeks, but after that, dude, we're almost at Jones versus Ciryl Gane. How mind-blowing is that to you guys? We are basically a month away from John Jones, Ciryl Gane. A month away. 1 month. 1 month away. My mind is blown right now. How is that possible? It's happening March 5th. We're almost in February. It's a month and a week away. Does that blow anyone else's mind? Let me know. I'm trying to see. Yeah, Pena Aldana too. Shut up, goat, you clown. But yeah. Okay, where was I at? What's up, Joey? Are you excited for Burns versus Jorge? Yes and no. I'm not like crazy hyped for it, but I am excited for it. I think Burns is going to beat him up. What's up, Blaze One Sports? Hope you're doing well. JJ Smoke, what's going on? You should go if tickets aren't crazy. They're going to be crazy, though. And also, I'm not going for 1 day. I'm going for like 3 days. I got to stay in a hotel if I want to go. And I don't really, last time when I went for 244, it ended up costing me probably like $4,000 total, I would say, just for everything, travel, hotel, food, all that good stuff. But I do kind of want to go as well. But then also I got to figure out, my setup and everything like that. So that's the other thing now. I have to cover the event. And now I got to travel with my camera. I got to get a different mic. I guess I could take my laptop, so that's no big deal. Then I got to figure out how to set it up. And, I don't know. It's going to be weird. It would be weird. So, where was I at? Now I'm lost my spot. Who do you have winning for Holland and Ponzinibbio? I got Holland winning. I think he'll outstrike him. Let me actually forgot real quick. Let me go post this on Twitter. I meant to do that. Join me live discussing all the recent UFC 287 fight announcements. I meant to post this. I try to tweet out every time I go live, but I forget, which is super unfortunate. In order, who were the 3 best strikers at 135? Piotr Jan is probably number 1. Marlon Vera's up there, but it's more of power than anything. Sean O'Malley's up there. I don't know. Piotr Jan. Let me take a look. Jeez Louise. I'll say Piotr Jan, Sean O'Malley. Now, I'll say Piotr Jan, Corey Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley. Final thoughts. Ponzinibbio cartwheel kicks Holland's head off. I hope Holland loses, honestly. I can't stand Holland. I find Holland incredibly annoying. What's up, Billy? Patty, what's up? What's up, Joey? How's it going? What did you do today? Took my grandmother to the doctor and made some videos, basically. January is always bad for growth on YouTube. I've seen tons of videos on it. Really, I didn't know that. Thoughts on Bo Nickel, Jamie Pickett being feature fight on 285? That's garbage, honestly. What does Dana White say? He has an announcement at 5 and doesn't start until 5:30. It was pre-recorded. My guess is he was in the midst of recording it and thought he would have it out by 5 and kept messing up or something. Dana off a perk wouldn't surprise me. Dana at one point said Ian Gary was on 285, which isn't even true. Did he? I missed that. What fight announcement were you most excited for, least excited for? What do you mean? In terms of, like, what's the pool? Are you talking about just the 2 that were announced today or what? What odd thing I noticed about the UFC, a lot of ball people work for UFC. Dana, Joe, DC, John Anik, Habib, Agent, etc. Fair enough. Never thought of it that way. If Conor beats Patty, does he get both a lightweight and welterweight title shot? Yeah, and a middleweight and a light heavyweight title shot. Can't forget about Cheeto. That is true. We also got Louis Spivak at a special start time at 1 a.m. Eastern. What if that would have been the announcement? What if that would have been the full announcement? Pennington versus Aldana is garbage. Woohoo. Can't wait to see Jones back. It's only a month away, guys. We're only a month away from Jones versus Cyril Gane. I wish it was in Ngannou. Actually makes me really upset. Really makes me upset. It was supposed to be Ngannou Jones, though. But I'm still hyped for that fight. Yeah, imagine had they been canceling Spivak versus Lewis. Hold on 1 second. Somebody asked me a question in the comments. I'm going to respond to them real quick. Okay, there we go. I may have to break my rules and buy the Jones fight. It's an incredible fight. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna have to stream it, guys. That's gonna be a massive stream. I'm streaming 284. Might as well stream 285. Might as well stream 286 by that point. What do you guys think? Should I just start streaming most pay-per-views? Like maybe like 4 out of 5 pay-per-views I stream. What do you guys think? Yes or no in the chat. Should I start streaming most pay-per-views? I kind of like having my reactions cataloged on my YouTube channel. Dude made me fall in love with the sport. Who are you talking about specifically? Jones? Is that what you're saying? The older I get, the faster time goes. Stop reminding me. Dude, it's crazy. Hey, Joey, what's up, Twizzy? Jorge about to get mauled by Burns. That is true. That is very, very true. Burns is a winnable matchup for Jorge. He'd most definitely get the next title shot if Leon wins. Dude, that would be disgusting. Masvidal actually about to shock the world. Please no. I was hoping they were going to cancel. I wish they would cancel Lewis versus Spivak. I hope Burns destroys Masvidal. I think he'll win and he'll grind him out pretty well. I think UFC are setting up a possible Leon versus Masvidal fight if Masvidal wins and Leon loses. Yeah, or Masvidal wins and Leon wins. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I wonder if Masvidal will jump Burns after the fight as well. Probably. Probably will. Burns is going to beat the piss out of Masvidal. I'm so glad I got my 285 ticket. How much did you end up paying for it? Masvidal's 2 losses away from getting KO'd by JP in boxing ring. That is true. That is very, very true. UFC honestly padding the UFC 285 pay-per-view by putting 2 women's title fights to say that was 3 title fights. Well, supposedly Nunes versus Aldana isn't on there anymore. It was rumored, but it's not happening. So I'm wondering if maybe they end up doing Cejudo versus Aljo, because it's not announced for 287, so maybe it ends up on 285. We'll find out soon. We got to find out soon. Masvidal's washed. I don't know who he could beat in the UFC. Burns is like the highest ranked guy that he has a chance against, just because Burns is a little chinny. If Burns wasn't a little bit chinny, he had no chance to win that one. Constantly Growing says yes. Patty says, please stream Lewis Spivak. Shut your mouth, Patty. Patty, thank you for the $5 super chat. Is Masvidal Burns a title eliminator? Unfortunately, it could be. It may very well be. Because if Masvidal goes out there and KOs Burns and Leon Edwards holds onto the belt against Usman, it's going to happen. And that's going to be a travesty, because it really shouldn't. But yeah, Masvidal could shock the world, KO Burns, finish him, and Leon Edwards could hold the belt against Kamaru Usman. I don't think that's super likely. I think Leon Edwards loses. But if they both win, it's happening. If Burns wins, I don't know if he gets a title shot, especially if Kamaru Usman's still champ. But if Khamzat's staying at 185, the only other person you would have is Bilal, and Bilal's apparently refused to fight Gilbert. So Gilbert could find himself in a title discussion with a winner over Neil Magny and Jorge. That's kind of disgusting if you really think about it. So it's possible. It's possible. Yeah, those streams are big. Let me fix something real quick. I'll keep my mic where it is, but let me just bring my chat over here a little bit more, because I'm tired. My mic's like always in the way of my chat, basically. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah, those streams are big. Yeah, I've been thinking about it, honestly. Something to up the channel this year. Something to up the channel this year by streaming all the cards. Basically, streaming all the cards. I've been pumping out videos. Everything's been doing solid views for me. Everything's getting... I mean, my women's MMA videos over 2,000. Tough Coaches is doing pretty well over 1,000. My Power Slap video, 2,500 views. What can I do to up the game? Stream the pay-per-views. You should stream all pay-per-views, at least have reactions to all the pay-per-views. It seems like people love those. And that's why I'm thinking about starting to do it like 90% of the time. I feel like it's so oversaturated, though. That's what I hate about it. But I can't ever grow it without continuing to do it, because if I don't continue to do it, people will know every week or every pay-per-view I'm streaming. So then they'll be more likely to come back. I bet Masvidal pulls out the last minute. Wouldn't shock me either. I honestly think Masvidal's going to KO Burns. Fair enough. Who would win, Rockage versus Ankalaev? I'd probably pick Rockage, to be quite honest. Burns going to strangle Jorge after he sucker punches him. Hopefully, Potan will win the rematch. We'll find out. Aldana and Pennington still isn't official, so I still have hope. I hope you're right. What percentage do you think Alexa Grasso has of defeating the champ? 15, 10%, somewhere around there. Conor Masvidal, Colby, all one fight away from a title shot. Very true. I bought my tickets during pre-sale. Paid $450 for the last row in section 1. I should have a great view of everything. How many people are going with you? Is it just you or what? Other than Leon Edwards, what UK fighter is even on that card? I don't remember. To be honest. Just rewatched Adesanya versus Pereira. Seems like Izzy took over after round 2 until the TKO. I wonder if Alex will still be able to catch him again. Imagine if he flatlines KOs him this time. Dude, we got to think Adesanya almost finished Pereira. People forget that. He was saved by the bell, or he would have been done. Adesanya would have been a first-round KO over Alex Pereira. We wouldn't even be having this discussion. Oh, yeah, Nathaniel Wood. I just talked about Nathaniel Wood versus Laron Murphy, which is a great prospect matchup. Honestly, I might have to do a prediction video for that. Although I feel Izzy is going to come with the clinch-heavy game plan from round 1 this time. We'll see. I mean, he was winning a lot of the striking exchanges. Did you see the James Lynch MMA Guru interview? I did. If Ariel Helwani wanted to hire you as an MMA analyst TV personality, would you consider it? I mean, I can't just guess off of just that one thing, but probably not. But it would all depend on a variety of factors. Alex P. brutalized Izzy in the clinch with those nasty knees and gave him drop foot. Okay. The risky thing at anyone fighting Conor is that if he can manage to take it to decision, the judges will give it to him no matter what. You aren't wrong, my friend. You are not wrong. With the decisions we've been getting recently, I don't trust it. I wouldn't trust going to decision against Conor, to be quite honest. I mean, look what they did with Sean O'Malley. I got a weird feeling Masvidal will KO Burns. You got a weird feeling deep in your gut. It wouldn't shock me, honestly. I picked Masvidal over Colby. I made a horrible decision. I thought Masvidal would lose until he caught him. He did catch him, but he wasn't able to put him out. What's next for Kai Kara France since Perez is booked? Oh, they didn't rebook them against each other. I guess Kai Kara France was the one injured, right? I misremembered that in my video then that I just did. You could do the Brandon Royval rematch or Mateus Nicolau. Kai Kara France, Mateus Nicolau. Book it. Or is that what's his name booked against? If Burns wins, I think he might just beat Masvidal like Burns beat Wonderboy. True. Yeah, I don't think Masvidal is getting subbed. Does Paddy Pimblett win his next fight? I'll say yes because they're going to give him an easy matchup, in my opinion. In my opinion, they give him a fairly easy matchup. So, yes, I think he wins it. They give him somebody that's relatively easy to beat. I hope they give him a tough matchup. If they give him a tough matchup at all, I think he probably loses. But it all depends on who the opponent is. Do you think Power Slap pay-per-view will do over 100K buys? It won't do over 10K buys, in my opinion. The only reason why Izzy lost was because he stopped grappling. There's a key moment in the fight where the crowd starts booing in the last round, and Izzy lets go of his clinch. Who saw this? I have to go back and rewatch it before the fight. Isn't that crazy? That's right around the corner, too. We're 2 months away from Izzy Pereira, too. 2 months away. That's craziness. That's absolute craziness. Now I can pull this back where it was. I just realized it's a little bit moved. Look what they did with Paddy. At least O'Malley had moments in the fight. Exactly. I agree. I agree with you. I know it's probably won't happen, but Burns versus Shavkat would be insane. Burns will fight anyone. Burns will fight anyone. So it is possible, but we'll see what happens. To take the words of Dana White, we will see what happens. Who's next for Wonderboy? Somebody who doesn't wrestle. Most likely. Maybe Jeff. Nah, he already beat Jeff Neal. He already beat Vicente Luque. Wonderboy's in a weird spot. Everyone above him would whoop his ass. Gilbert Burns already beat him. Bilal already beat him. Hamzat would absolutely maul him. Colby Covington would beat him. Kamara would beat him. And Leon would beat him. I don't know. Maybe Michael Chiesa. Maybe he fights Neil Magny. Maybe Michelle Pereira, if Pereira is able to defeat if Pereira is able to defeat Sean Brady, which I have my doubts on that as well. But it's possible. If Burns is not patient, I think Masvidal counters Burns, kind of like how he dropped Colby with the counter. Remember, Burns' chin is not the best. Chin is not the best. I agree. It's possible. It's for sure possible. Good morning, my friend Joey. I am Muhammad from Abu Dhabi. I decided to run my Arabic channel. You're welcome to my podcast. I'll have to check it out. For sure. Pereira is going to finish. We'll see. I don't know how anybody can be confident in Pereira after that last fight, to be honest. And I know he got the wins in kickboxing, but those are irrelevant. I don't know how you could be confident watching that last fight, to be quite honest. So, I can't wait for it. It almost feels too far away now, even though it's not that far away. It's 2 months away. We are essentially... All right, you want to be mind-blown. This is a little bit of an exaggeration. We are essentially the same amount of distance away from Adesanya versus Pereira 2 as we are from Ankalaev Blachowicz. How crazy is that? It's a little bit of an exaggeration by like a week, but we are almost as close to UFC 287 as we are to UFC 282. which was Jan Blachowicz, Magomed Ankalaev, because that was early December. So early December, early January, we're pretty much in early February. And then we are essentially 2 months away from the Adesanya Pereira rematch. So a little bit of an exaggeration because it's more like, just under 2 months and then just over 2 months, but you get the point. That's wild. That's how fast time goes by. It seems like just yesterday I was setting up my stream for Pereira versus Ankalaev versus Jan. How will Izzy sell this fight after 3 defeats to him? What sells the fight? The fact that he was dominating the last one. Not dominating, but he was winning pretty handedly in his last one. If you were put in charge of the UFC, what 3 things would you change immediately? I have no clue, my friend. I have no... First off, I'd find a way to get Ngannou back. I can't think of 3 things. Not as many interim titles. I'd close down 145 women's. And I'd make Conor versus Rafael Fiziev. Leon would probably out-wrestle Thompson. He definitely would. Leon would beat him too. Wonderboy versus Whitaker, 185. Sure. Plus, Masvidal won't have as much pressure in the fight as he had against Cole. Dude, look what Burns did to Tyron Woodley. Non-stop pressure. He will do that against Jorge. Pereira's will be 4-0. I honestly think Pereira finishes him easier this time. What makes you think that? Maybe you're right, but I'm curious. What makes you think that? Why are you guys rooting against Izzy? I mean, that's just what their opinion is. I don't know if necessarily rooting against him. Hey, man, I'm exhausted, but wanted to wish you a good stream and drop a like. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Mellow Coffee. I appreciate you. It's a kickboxing delight fight. Pereira does Adesanya again, bro. Seems like a lot of people are confident. After watching that last fight, I'm more confident in picking Izzy again, to be quite honest. We'll find out. We'll find out. If Izzy wins, there might be a trilogy, to be honest. But it's going to be a hell of a fight to watch. I'm going to have to stream that one. I regret not streaming the first one. It was an incredible fight. If I was in charge of the UFC, I'd close down Power Slap. Thank you. That's a great idea. And I'd ban it from ever being brought back. I'd kill it off. What's up, Andy? What's going on with the Khamzat Chimaev emoji? What is going on with Khamzat Chimaev? Why aren't we getting a Khamzat Chimaev fight announcement? That's actually baffling. That's actually baffling. Why aren't we getting a Khamzat Chimaev fight announcement? That actually pisses me off. Okay, where are we at here? I want to check something. Okay. Alex P playing baseball with Izzy, 4 wins to an advantage to light heavyweight division. After that, he goes to heavyweight. If he loses, he might go to light heavyweight too. But if he wins, I think he probably goes to light heavyweight. Honestly, I think Izzy can finish Pereira. I picked him to finish Pereira the first time. He almost finished him the first time as well in the first round. He just puts people to sleep, mate. Who? If I was in charge of the UFC, I would make Glover versus Hill too. Shut up, GOAT. I don't care who wins, but if Alex beats Izzy, it makes the division more interesting in new matchups. Okay? Using your professional expertise, how do you think the air altitude in Colorado affected both Usman and Edwards in either negative or positive manner? I think it made them tire out quicker just because of the oxygen levels, I guess. Joey, what's going on, brother? What's up, Derek? I hope you're doing well. I'm talking about the pressure he has going into the fight mentality-wise. He doesn't have beef with Burns. You're talking about Masvidal? Khamzat versus Makhachev. Khamzat will win that fight. Khamzat balking for 85 as we speak. Maybe so. Khamzat probably fights Bilal because I don't think Colby wants Khamzat fight either. Dude, if Colby gets away with just ducking Khamzat, I never want to see him fight again. Honestly, I don't want to see him fight anyone. I miss Mike Perry in the UFC. What makes you miss Mike Perry? Who cares about Mike Perry? Do people really care about Mike Perry? That's news to me. Does the location of the fight ever affect your prediction on who wins? Very rarely. Very, very, very rarely do I take that into account. Sometimes it's worth mentioning, but usually the venue doesn't matter. The only thing I worry about sometimes, when they got to travel really far, it throws them off a bit. with jet lag and all that good stuff. But yeah, I don't really ever take location into account too much. Pereira didn't even sleep Izzy. It was a standing TKO. That is true. And it was an early standing TKO. If Pereira loses, he moves to 205. Either moves to 205 or potentially the trilogy. One or the other. It'll be crazy. Imagine if Adesanya would have finished him at the end of the first round. We'd never even be talking about this fight in the middleweight division. It would be boring right now. Instead, we got this massive fight coming up. It's always interesting when a dominant champion loses their belt, and then the fact they lose it in a fashion where they were winning most of the fight. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a massive fight. All the pressure is on Izzy. But some people perform better under pressure, when everything, the weight of it's on their shoulders, they can perform better. For me, I feel like I do everything better when I feel like I'm stressed and I have more pressure on me. I feel like I can perform better, with certain things. I'm obviously not fighting, but you get my point. So some people take that pressure and turn it into a good thing. Otherwise, it can crush you as well. You can be so nervous and end up letting it affect your performance. But Izzy could come in dialed in, footwork very well, addressing the leg kicks. And he was outstriking him for the majority of the fight, and he has a grappling advantage. So I think Adesanya gets it done. I can't wait, though. I cannot wait. Khamzat versus Pereira. I take Khamzat in that fight. Adesanya is nervous and scared. No, he's not. He's definitely not scared. How is he scared of Pereira? Makes no sense. Yeah, it makes no sense. Colby's going to have to come back and fight somebody. He better get that Bilal fight while it means something. Dude, I don't even want to see Colby fight anymore. He ducked Khamzat for ages. He's notorious for ducking fights. I almost don't want to see him fight anymore, to be quite honest. That's how done I am with Colby Covington. It is what it is. I want to see the Khamzat fight. I'm hoping somehow it comes to fruition, but it doesn't appear that way, to be quite honest. It appears like he may never fight again. Isn't that crazy? Who would have thought that? Never fighting again. Never, ever, ever fighting again. Potentially Colby Covington. His last fight was beating the brakes off of Jorge Masvidal. It's going to be his last fight ever. I've been saying for the jump, Khamzat got to stay clear of Alex P. Khamzat struggled with Burns, who fought at lightweight. I think the power and size of Alex P would be too much. I think Khamzat would ragdoll him. Pereira's grappling isn't that great. I really hope Yair beats Emmett. Emmett has the power advantage, but Yair is great at beating you at a distance. Do you think Emmett wrestles heavy for 5 rounds? I think Emmett tries to wrestle heavy for 5 rounds. Will he be successful? I don't know. But Emmett may very well just take him down and beat him up. How confident are you TJ's taking PEDs right now and comes back soon? Not confident because he's not coming back soon, but I am confident he's taking PEDs and I am confident that he's coming back. But it probably won't be till like mid-2024, I would guess. Saying Izzy is scared of Pereira is the equivalent of saying Ngannou is ducking top heavyweights. I would agree. It's crazy. Khamzat versus Leon. I'd take Khamzat all day. Yo, what's good, man? I'm going to UFC 285, my guy. I am happy for you, Jesse. Is Rosas Jr. on the main card? As far as I know, he's on the prelims, but I'm not 100% sure on that. How does Chael have 3 ads in a 9-minute video first and last time watching one? I told you, dude. And a lot of times those are like sponsored videos too. So he'll have an intro, an outro, an ad, like a sponsor for 2 minutes in there, and then he'll have like 4 ads in there. So it's crazy. Chael, you shouldn't watch Chael Sonnen's channel, to be honest. It's garbage. Hey, Joey, how does Jalton Almeida do against top 5 light heavyweights? Also, who should he fight next as a heavyweight? I want to see him fight someone at, towards, up in the division. I'm tired of seeing him fight bums. How does he perform against the top 5 at light heavyweight? I mean, these are winnable matchups, but it's hard to say because we've seen him fight nothing but bums, to be quite honest. At heavyweight, he's ranked number 14. Let him fight like Marcin Tybura if Tybura wins against Volkov or something along those lines. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Or against just Volkov. If Volkov wins, I'll say the winner of... I got to charge my mouse. The winner of Volkov, Marcin Tybura would make a lot of sense for me. That's what I would like to see. How hyped for Islam Volk? Probably like a 6. It just doesn't feel like it's got a lot of hype behind it, to be quite honest. How would Prime Anderson do in top middleweight? Would it be ranked top 5? Yes. Prime Anderson would be ranked top 5. There's not a lot of grapplers there. I think Conor fights Chandler, maybe coaching tough USA versus Europe part 2. Tony versus Patty on the undercard. I don't think Conor's going to coach Ultimate Fighter. Izzy isn't a weight bully. Pereira's way bigger than him. Who said he was a weight bully? Did someone in the chat did? That's crazy. Under what scenario will we not see a trilogy? Izzy finishes Alex P quick under 2.5, or Izzy dominant? Izzy dominant 50-45. If Izzy finishes him quick, they'll probably still do a trilogy. Unless Pereira just decides to go to light heavyweight. If Josh Emmett becomes a champ, is there any way in hell he could headline a pay-per-view? No, absolutely not. He would never headline a pay-per-view. Could you see Jorge dropping Burns in the first? Yes, it's possible. Do you think TJ would have beaten Aljo if he didn't have a shoulder injury? It's hard to say, but I predicted him to win, so yes. TJ has very good wrestling. He got dominated in the wrestling, but he is getting old. I would never pick him again, but if he was 100% healthy, then yes. Who do you think would win between Izzy and Hamzat? I'd pick Izzy. Izzy be able to defend the takedowns and light him up on the feet. Hamzat is going to destroy Edwards, honestly. Yeah, I would pick Hamzat over Edwards for sure. Can't believe Jorge took the Burns fight, probably because it was in Miami. That's not confirmed. How does Nunes-Shevchenko 3 go? I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't thought about how that fight would go. I'll say Nunes wins. Nunes TKOs her and cements herself as the woman GOAT. But I don't know. Shevchenko could win. I thought Shevchenko won one of the first 2. I can't remember which one it was at this point. Let's say Jorge does beat Burns. He would be ranked number 5. Then who does he fight? Probably fights for the belt if Leon Edwards is champ. If not, maybe, I don't know. But he'd probably look for a money fight of some sort. Almeida versus Biggie Boy and Ty versus Aspinall next could be next. That'd be good. Why is everyone pretending Anthony Smith is still in title contention when Ank smoked him? I don't know. I haven't really seen people pretending that. Volkov fighting Romanov, right? Yeah, you're right. But who's fighting Marcin? Either way, one of those 2 fights would make a lot of sense. Jorge really in a great position. He has a fight with number 5 ranked Burns. Always has a fight with number 6 Wonderboy. And the fight with Leon if he loses. Also Conor fight if Conor's down. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't booked that fight yet. I honestly think Islam's going to destroy Volk, so not much hype. Agreed. Do you think the talent pool for the UFC has grown since you started watching the sport? For sure it has. Not in every division, but it definitely has. Yeah, Tybura is fighting Ivanov. Okay. Tybura is fighting Ivanov. Burns, arm triangle round 1. Masvidal is very, very hard to submit, so I see that as super unlikely. Chandler would be so boring for tough. Dude would just spend all his time kissing ass to Conor, thanking him for giving him red panty night. Yeah, he saying cheesy motivational quotes and all that bullshit. I agree. It would be horrific. But he probably try to drum up some fake drama as well. Once he already has the fight, signed a bout agreement, would probably make something up. Burns versus Masvidal is confirmed. Yes. Guess the fighter, current fighter, 135, 24-4-0, coming off a loss, previous champ. Magomedov, Aljamain Sterling, and Sean O'Malley. It's got to be Piotr Jan. How funny would it be if Gilbert Burns wins and they give him a title shot instead of Bilal? Well, Bilal's apparently ducking him. How would Tybura versus Dawkins go? I don't know. It's hard. A swift breeze would knock out Dawkins at this point, so I'd take Tybura. Adesanya wouldn't accept to fight Hamzat. That's a lie. Amanda doesn't have to fight Aldana because she doesn't really deserve it. But it's a bit weird when a champion starts matchmaking the contenders instead of fighting them. Very weird. It was Dom Cruz. I just saw 4, and I remember, I think Piotr Jan has 4 losses in his career. Fact check me on that and let me know. Does the UFC have to do something about these guys ducking these Dagestani? Yes, they have to force them into it. Shouldn't be allowed. You ever seen the submission on Masvidal where the dude subbed him with his thighs? It was a while ago. No, I have not. Is there any current fighter that you see coaching or reporting for the UFC? I think Brandon Moreno will. I have no clue, my friend. I have no clue. Miami's not confirmed. No, it's not. I've seen it going around on Twitter. It is not confirmed. I think it's going to happen in New York, but we'll find out soon enough. But Miami's definitely not confirmed because I saw that too. How much would you like tough with Prime Silva, Prime Jones at light heavyweight? I mean, I don't really care about the Ultimate Fighter. I don't care about these manufactured drama. Like, I don't understand, like, some fans' obsession. The Ultimate Fighter, the Ultimate Fighter, the Ultimate Fighter. Like, go watch soap operas if that's what you like. The shit's corny as hell. But that'd be a crazy fight, Prime Silva, Prime Jones. But I think Prime Jones would wreck Prime Silva, unfortunately. Chandler's the type to mop the mats for Conor after his team finishes training just a brown nose. You ain't lying. Yeah, Giannis 16-4. I thought so. Wow, Sean O'Malley has a better record than Jan. Never thought I'd be saying that. Yeah, but O'Malley's fought nothing but bums outside of Jan. Have you ever seen when Masvidal got subbed an upside down standing triangle in Bellator? No, I have not. I have not. Media's reaction with Conor. Tweet something. Gotta write an article on it. Oh, but the article is just a screenshot of the tweet, so I don't even need to type. Here, one sentence. Here's Conor McGregor's tweet, taken from his Twitter, suggesting he may coach the Ultimate Fighter. Screenshot of tweet. Copy, paste. I've said this so many times, but your record really means nothing. Yeah, I don't even ever really pay attention to the record. Sean definitely doesn't have a better record than Dom. It's about who they fought. True, true, true. They need to force Chandler to fight Sarukian. Agreed. Sarukian was calling him out today. Should the UFC publicly shame fighters for turning down fights? I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where sometimes they have injuries. Sometimes it doesn't work on the timeline. So I'm going to say no. But you never know. I know you heard about Conor car crash today. I thought it was something to get his name away. But the woman reports, but he does have a giant scar on his thigh. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, it definitely looks like it happened, but is it worth talking about? Got a scratch? You know, who knows? Probably manufactured it. He doesn't want those assault headlines. Sean O'Malley paid $3.11 last time out. Imagine if Conor broke his leg again today. That'd be terrible. Did you see Bloody Elbow is done? Yes, I did. That is unfortunate. I don't pay attention to any of these websites, but at least Bloody Elbow isn't like just sucking off Dana White 24/7. They had a lot of terrible takes sometimes, but at the end of the day, I'm just happy they weren't under the UFC's thumb. But now they are gone. Conor assaulted some woman, allegedly. We don't know any details yet, so it's hard to say whether he's guilty or innocent. Why is Dan Hooker fighting Turner? Why are they always doing that to my boy? Because Dan Hooker has a name. Dan Hooker's always in exciting fights, and Jalen Turner's up and coming. Jalen Turner can go make his name off Dan Hooker's name. I'm with you. I feel like it's all a big distraction, but if they're really doing tough with Conor, do you think that makes the most sense to do Dustin as an opposing coach since they're already a backstory? That would be kind of interesting. But I don't care. Like, there's barely anything that would get me to tune into tough. But I'd catch the highlights for Conor Dustin. Like, what are we going to watch them scream at each other? Who wants to watch two grown men argue? Do you guys really enjoy that for long periods of time? Yeah, I can handle it for 5 minutes, but to watch 12 episodes, who cares? Or however many episodes it is. Breaking Conor McGregor in great spirits after getting hit by a car. Picture of his bicycle. How crazy would it be if Umar becomes champ by the end of 2023? That would be insane. Would not shock me. He's just a matter of getting a title shot, which I don't think he will. Hamzat versus Dana. I need to see Armin and Gamrot next match. What, you want to see them rematch? They already fought once. Also, Conor likes watching men beat it. That is true. That's one of my favorite memes now, I should have posted that today. When Dana White announces Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira 2, and Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal, in the screenshot of the Conor McGregor tweet. The PG version of the screenshot. Bo Nickel as the featured fight. I hope not. Thoughts on Ian Gary's matchup? I'm not even sure who he's fighting again. You have to let me know. You have to let me know who it was. I can't remember off the top of my head. How bad do you think Dana had to force Gaethje to fight Viziev? I don't think he had to force him that bad. I thought it was inevitably going to happen. Do you think Khabib not being in the corner could actually affect Islam? It's possible, but probably not. They're going to train and stuff together. Chandler versus Gamrot or Arman is a fight. I would absolutely love it. I think Chandler loses both of them probably. I don't know, though, because Gamrot doesn't have good striking. I'd pick Arman over Chandler. I'd probably pick Chandler over Gamrot, but Chandler's chin, he could get chinned. Gamrot throws some heat, too. How would an Arman versus Dober fight go? Arman would out-wrestle him easily. So Arman decision or submission. So we know Dom ain't taking Umar. Is his only chance fighting soon against Montel? Nah, he needs to fight. He needs to fight Umar. Gary's fighting a bum. Just wanted him on 285 last minute. Okay. How do I become a member and access the Discord? The link to become a member is in the description. Once you become a member, you can go to the members community post on my channel, and the link to the Discord is on there. It'll be under instructions. If you have any trouble, just let me know if you do decide to sign up. If anybody wants to become a member of the channel, we have a members Discord with about 70 people in there right now, where we talk about all the latest MMA news every single day. We chat 24/7. If you enjoy MMA, it's well worth the $3 to become a member of the channel and join the members only Discord. I'm telling you right now, be the best $3 you've ever spent. We were talking about all the latest news today, you know. So and I'm super active in there too. It's not just everyone else. I'm pretty active in there too. Song Keenan, someone who hasn't fought since 2021 and coming off a KO loss. Okay, so it's just basically a fight to rise up Ian Gary. I was excited for the San Antonio card. Now it's looking like it's probably going to happen. Makes me so mad. Yeah, dude, Juliana Pena, Raquel Pennington as a main event. Garbage. Absolute garbage. I'm actually ashamed. I'm ashamed that's a main event. I'm not doing a prediction for that. I just can't stomach it. I really can't stomach it at all. What a garbage main event that will be. I have no desire to watch that shit. Does anybody else? Anybody else have a desire to watch that shit? Juliana Pena, Raquel Pennington? I'm sad. There was a bunch of people who watch the channel regularly who were going to go together and watch the fights. And it's a garbage card, so now they're not going. Unless something changes. It's unfortunate. Guys, do me a favor. If you have not liked the stream yet, like the stream. Run up the likes on the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. We got over 50 people in here, and we have 29 likes. So if you guys could scroll down, like the stream real quick, I would greatly appreciate it. I have a feeling Colby won't take the Khamzat fight no matter what, so it'll be him versus Bilal, and then Khamzat fights the winner of Liana Kamaru. Could very well be. We'll have to see how it plays out. You never know. Who do they give Wonderboy? Maybe Michelle Pereira if he's able to beat Sean Brady. Damn, sorry I'm really late today, Joey. Had a wild night at work. Completely forgot you were streaming. No problem. Happy to have you here, Jungle. Better late than never. Interesting. Do you think you could ever see Pennington dropping Pena even once? It's possible. Both of them are so uncoordinated. Anything's possible. I mean, I would be shocked if I found out Pena and Pennington even train. I think they just show up for a check. I'm dumb. I'm saying the wrong fight. It's Aldana Pennington. I'm dumb. For some reason, I mixed it up and said Pena Pennington. Yeah, it's Aldana Pennington. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just thinking of garbage women MMA fighters. And so I threw Pena in there because she's just straight garbage. Doesn't even belong. Fighting in a pro fighting organization, and she's begging for a trilogy. She got like 50-43'd. Disgusting. If both Bilal and Colby's wrestling cancel each other out and it's a striking fest, who do you think wins? Bilal. His striking has improved. And it's looking pretty good. Look how good it looked against Sean Brady. I think Adesanya will get put out cold this time, and Burns will send Masvidal into retirement, back into politics. Yeah, he'll send Masvidal back on the campaign trail. Yeah, I'm not going to go to that San Antonio card anymore. 3 women's fight on the main card is embarrassing for the UFC. It's the price we pay for some of these stacked cards. That's the price we pay. Inevitably, that's what it is. You guys have to realize when we're getting all these stacked cards, there's some give and take. And we're going to get some garbage fight night cards in May, June, July. I'm telling you right now, garbage fight night cards incoming. I promise you that. I might even have to make a video on that. I guarantee. When you have stacked fight cards in the capacity they're stacking cards in March and April, on the back end, it's going to be some ugly, ugly, ugly cards. I heard it was okay. You already corrected that. How do you see Brady Michelle Pereira going? Probably Brady just out wrestling him for 3 rounds. If your life depended on it, who would you take? Current day Pena or Ben Askren off the couch in a boxing match? Like, I had to box them, or are you saying they're boxing each other? Masvidal is getting sent back to the Oval Office. Yeah, he's getting sent back on the campaign trail. Please bring a pay-per-view to Texas. Yeah, I hope they bring a pay-per-view to Texas and they do Juliana Pena, man, in this 3. They're boxing each other. Whew. I'll take Ben Askren because he has more power. Probably. That's what I'm going with. But honestly, they're both garbage. I'd almost rather lose my life than even watch it to see who wins. Yo, Joey, do you think Masvidal is done and should retire? I don't know about that. But he's getting there. He will be there soon enough. For sure, he will be there soon enough. If I had to guess, Joey, do you think Chimaev comes back for a card in May, or do you think it'll be a number 1 contender fight for welterweight or middleweight? I'm starting to think he might just be at middleweight. It's starting to seem like he might be just at middleweight. It's hard to say, though. I thought he was gonna fight Colby, but it's just not coming to fruition. Doesn't seem like. I'm hoping it's one of those things where we complain about it for a while. Next thing you know, Khamzat versus Colby gets announced. I'm still holding out hope, but it's the percentage that it happens is just diminishing by the day. If I had to guess, gun to my head, Chimaev fights at welterweight in May. That's what I'm going to say, April or May. That's what I'm going to guess. Masvidal Burns will fight for the next title. Join your member group later. Thanks for the info. No problem. If Masvidal wins and Leon wins, I think Masvidal will get another title shot because of the Leon Edwards-Masvidal beef. If Kamaru wins, they may just go ahead and give Khamzat a title shot at welterweight. If that makes sense. Joey can't stop Pena versus Nunes too. I know, that's why I said it. They'll do it again for the trilogy. They're going to finish the trilogy in Texas. If same that what I felt like, hopefully. I don't know what that means. Are you excited to see Muhammad Mokaev fight on the London card? Yes, I am. I'm always excited to see, I think it's Mokaev, actually. Khamzat fight should Bilal for number 1 contender fight, but Bilal was saying Khamzat moved up. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what's bound to happen? Bagoy or Marcin prediction? I'm going Marcin. I think he's a little bit better, a little bit more well-rounded. If Bilal fights this spring, is it safe to say Bilal gets Khamzat or Colby? Should be. It should be. That's what makes sense. But the welterweight division's just been ducking each other forever. Khamzat is too big now. He moving up. We'll see. We'll see. He may very well move up. But, I mean, he cut weight at welterweight for a while. What's more likely, Covington decision whenever Khamzat or Khamzat brutal KO in the first 2 minutes? Khamzat brutal KO in the first minute. I'm hoping for Khamzat, Colby, or Bilal trailer announcement at either 285 or 286. Maybe 287 latest, but very interesting. He may end up fighting in May, which is so late. I'm hoping for Khamzat, Colby, or Bilal announcement at either 285 or 2. When are we going to stop hoping fights are announced on pay-per-views? Half the time they're not announced. They just announce them like they did today in some YouTube video. Half the time they don't even do that. Half the time they just have Brett Okamoto tweet it out. Per sources, this is happening. So, I'm hoping for a Hamzat fight announcement, but I'm not counting. I'm not holding my breath for it. Do you even see a way for Masvidal to win? Yes. Masvidal has nasty power, and Gilbert Burns has a suspect chin. Usman will try to fight in the middle, Pereira next time, or retire. That's my prediction. We'll find out. It's only 2 months away. It's only 2 months away. Where has Chiesa been? He's been ranked 12 for the last 2 years. Dude, Chiesa's like Colby Covington at this point. Chiesa's literally like Colby Covington at this point. He's all out in witness protection. So he should be removed from the rankings at this point too. Last time he fought was Sean Brady, right? Or was it after that? UFC's missing out. They should have did Jorge Connor. Tough BMF title on the line. I mean, I don't think they're really missing out. Connor's going to sell regardless. I wonder how many people would even tune in for The Ultimate Fighter. The Ultimate Fighter is so bad. Even with that, I mean, I guess I would watch some of it, but I don't think they made a massive mistake not doing it. The Ultimate Fighter is dying anyway. Whatever happened to Gregor Gillespie? Did he retire? Gregor Gillespie just disappeared off the face of the earth. Just disappeared off the face of the earth, honestly. What was his last fight? Gregor, was it what? He came back and fought one fight since the Kevin Lee KO. I don't think Gregor Gillespie's ever fighting again. Yeah, he beat Carlos Diego Fajeda. It's been, oh my God, it's going on 2 years. May 8th will be 2 years. So it's creeping up on 2 years. UFC should be ashamed to put Vera Sandhagen in the Apex. I know. Why don't they put that at the San Antonio card and put dumbass Aldana versus Raquel Pennington and put that as the Apex card, in my opinion. Who would give Prime Habib a tougher fight, Chandler or Dariush? I'll say Dariush, but I think Habib would smash both of them badly. Senator Masvidal finally returns. Yeah, Congressman Masvidal finally returns. Dude say, yeah, I can't fight Burns. I got midterms. What the fuck? Islam would give Habib his best fight. Yes, that Islam Habib would be massive. I would love to see it. It'd be an interesting fight. Gillespie, Colby, and Chiesa are hiding out in a safe house together. Yeah, I think they are. Joey, how do I get a Be More girl? I have no idea. What would you have done if Dana went live right now and said they were doing the rematch of Peña Nunes, but not only a rematch, they are doing another tough season? I'd throw up in my mouth, and I wouldn't make a video about it because it's garbage. All right, my mouse should be charged by now. It'd be straight up garbage. I can't imagine anybody being excited for that. And if you are, you deserve to get shunned from the MMA community. Absolutely. It's horrific. That'd be horrific. That'd be the worst possible scenario, in my opinion. So bad. I'm hoping Alex P wins and Kamaru gets the belt back. Then we have a super fight. I don't know if Kamaru is going up and fighting Alex P, dude. The size disadvantage will be massive. Yo, Joey, anything in Brooklyn this year? I think 287, but I don't know. We'll see. It hasn't been announced for a reason, so maybe they are going somewhere else. That's actually funny. Alex P would knock Usman at the F out. It all depends. The size disadvantage. I don't know if Usman would be able to out-grapple him, but if Cody had a great chin, how would him versus Jan go? Super competitive. Jan would win the decision. How long are you streaming tonight? I don't know. I've gone an hour. I might go 2 hours tonight. I'll probably go 2 hours tonight. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I just jump on here and I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm already an hour in. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Hey, Joey, have you ever been to Toronto? No, I have not. I've been very few places. I've never left the country of the United States. The Ultimate Fighter Redemption season when Sarah beat GSP was the best. I did not watch that. Were you disappointed with the announcements? I saw a lot of people expecting a counter announcement. I mean, I wasn't disappointed other than the fact that they teased it for 40 minutes and never ended up doing it. What's up, Patty Mills? You say cold? Yeah, I don't know. I might go 2 hours. I haven't decided yet, Patty. I really haven't decided yet. What do you guys think? How long should I stream tonight? What's the funniest thing you ever read in your chat? I don't know. I can't remember. There's had to be something that made me laugh my ass off. I still think Colby made a big mistake by pretending to be hurt, so he is losing a lot of money, big fights. He would still be able to sue him and get money and fight if he did not say brain damage. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's never been confirmed or denied. What are your thoughts on Ricky Simone versus Song Yudong fight in April? Love the matchup. I think Song Yudong is able to outstrike him and defend the takedowns. I wonder if Aljo Cejudo will be on 287. It's weird that it didn't get announced today. So I'm wondering if they're still trying to put that on 285 and have 3 title fights. Because if you remembered, it was originally supposed to be Nunes versus Aldana, supposedly. It was rumored to be on that card, and it's not happening. Do you ever catch up with chat? Sometimes, yeah, I do. Sometimes it's way crazier than this. It's going to get crazy when we get closer to some of these big events. What am I watching here? What am I watching here? Hold on. Shut up, goat, you clown. Okay. Where were we at now? I'm still laughing about your impression of Herbert Dean. Oh, wait, he's like... And then he's like, oh. I hit my mic. Yeah, that's the Herb Dean impression. He's like, should I stop it? Oh, no, they're not dead yet. What's up, gang? Getting engaged tomorrow. Terrified, but I'm going to be wearing my Venom gear underneath my clothes for good luck. If you wear your Venom gear, you could literally propose to anyone and get engaged. So you're good to go, Adam. Best of luck. Congratulations in advance. Wear that Venom gear. Wear it with pride. And there's no one that can mess with you, and nothing will ever go wrong when you're wearing your Venom gear. Facts, Joey. Next time I see Dana, he's going live at a specific time. I'm waiting 40 minutes after the time he said. That's what you should. Do you think Tony Ferguson should retire? Yes. What happened to Cody Garbrandt? I heard his name since him and Sean O'Malley beef. He has a terrible chin. He's a former champion. And he's had like 8 fights fall out against Ronnie Yaya. Who would win this? Full-time mechanic Gregor Gillespie or the corpse of Tony Ferguson? Dude, Gregor Gillespie is an outright bitch for calling out Tony Ferguson. And I don't know, man. I can't pick. I'm not picking Gregor Gillespie, but the dead body of Tony Ferguson, we all know what would happen, but I can't even say it out loud anymore. That Herb Dean impression was funny as F. I was dying laughing last night rewatching it. Somebody should have sent me the clip. I don't even remember what it looked like on last night's stream. Appreciate you going back and rewatching it. Joey, what happens with Conor if Tony darces him? Conor's career will be over. If he loses to Tony. And who knows, maybe Tony just looked so bad because he came in on short notice in his last fight. People don't realize that fight against Li Jingliang got announced 3 weeks beforehand. Then it got switched up 24 hours in advance. Now, I think it got switched up in his favor because he would have got demolished by Li Jingliang. But what's up, Joey? Just got here. Where has Gregor been these past 2 years? Fantasizing about out wrestling the dead corpse of Tony Ferguson. And in the meantime, he's been fishing. So that's what he's been doing. Grant Dawson entered the chat. Grant Dawson can go to hell. Calling out Tony Ferguson, you embarrassment. I mean, I was really embarrassed for him when he did that. I was really embarrassed. I really hope Cody beats Julio Arce, but Arce is durable. You never know. With that chin of Cody, he could lose to anyone. Tony deserves a winnable fight like Jim Miller. Agreed. Would you rather watch Pena do boxing drills and try and read 10 of Tony Ferguson's tweet, but you have to restart every time you misread something? Geez, both of those are terrible. I'd read Tony's tweets. You see Conor got hit by a car on his bike and then jumped in the car with the guy? Yes, I did. I guess the guy's giving a ride home. He destroyed his bike. That's what I'm assuming. It was just a minor collision, minor accident. And the bike was probably unrideable afterwards, so the guy gave him a ride home. It's only the courteous thing to do. I don't think it's that weird when you really put it in context. I remember when Kevin Lee nearly killed him. I was there live for that. I have a video of that happening on my phone, actually. Bilal versus Colby would really be an interesting fight. I agree. Bilal has 4 top 10 wins and 2 top 5 wins. Wonderboy and Luque, Brady and Maia were top 10 when he beat him. Fair enough. I think that's an interesting fight. I'm going to take your advice and get some Venom gear and try my luck with this girl, School Goth Girl. If it doesn't work, I'm suing you for every penny you have. Well, if it doesn't work, you have the Venom gear on, so you got elite level fighting skills, if you know what I mean. I feel like a normie, but is Dawson that good? No. Not familiar with him. Do unranked lightweights beat him? Dawson is not good at all. I mean, he's okay. I think he loses to most people in front of him. He might be able to beat Drew Dober, maybe Hanato Moicano. So he's okay, but like his striking is god awful. He just has really good grappling. Is my thoughts. I think he looked, and don't ever feel bad about asking a question. We're not one of those people that's like, oh, casual. We got a casual here. Everybody point and laugh at the casual. We're not that type of community here. I think he looked that bad because he came back 4 months too soon after getting the worst front kick face knockout of all time. Li Jingliang would have ended his career that night. I'm thankful for Hamza. I agree with you. So excited for 285. Can't wait until March. We'll probably have some people over again for that one. Worth it. Worth it for sure. It's a massive card. I'm super excited for it. Are you staying up for the Lewis card next week? Probably not. Probably not. Let's see. What am I seeing? Oh, okay. I'm watching the clip of me pretending to be Herb Dean. I should have pretended to smoke a cigarette first, too, because that's what Herb's doing on the backside. I forgot you sent that clip in the Discord before. Joey, would you have given Connor a ride back to the gym if you found out he was actually training to fight Tony? No, I'd have ran him over again. That's what I'd have done. If you could change the outcome of one fight in UFC history, what would it be? Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman. Both of them. I guess that's not one fight, though. But I would change the first fight because then they would never rematch. When is Money Moicano returning? No idea. Have you seen a fight between Talia Santos and Aaron play out? I don't know. I think Aaron gets the job done with volume and decent wrestling. Oh, gotcha. Could unrank. Guram would definitely beat Dawson. Guram Kutateladze would definitely beat him. Best MMA community on site except the guy that thought Glover won the fight. That guy's not part of our community. Don't lump him in with my community. He's an idiot. And I think he was just trolling anyway. So don't lump him in, Adam. But appreciate the compliment. Best MMA community right here. To be honest, Tony was winning the decision against Nate if he didn't attempt to take that. I don't even remember. It was a terrible fight. They both look horrible. Why does Adesanya want to rematch with Alex? Doesn't he realize? Oh my God, dude. He lost one fight that he was winning. That's why. Could Topuria beat Dawson? No, I think Topuria would be too small. He would get out grappled. They're not in the same weight class. On the site, too much weed, can't type. Fair enough. To be honest, Tony was winning the decision. Okay, read that. Why is next weekend card so late? Because it was originally supposed to be in South Korea. They put a lot of Korean fighters on the card. The Korean Zombie fell off of the card as the main event, so then they moved it back to the Apex. But they still want to cater to the time zone of Korea, so that's why. But terrible card. I'd hate to be, they're catering to me for this card. Joey, what if you skip next week's card and then it turns out to be an all-time classic? Oh, well, it is what it is. It's irrelevant. Joe, what are your thoughts on people who say Izzy's 0-3 to Alex? They're idiots. He's 0-1. And context is key. I don't care. I don't care that he's 0-3. Context is key. He won the first fight. It was a robbery. It was outright robbery. Clearly won the first fight. Second fight, he was winning and got KO'd. So fair enough, he lost. Third fight, he got TKO'd. Fair enough. So it's 1-2. But it's only 0-1 in MMA. So it's irrelevant. Yeah, it's late as hell, man. That it is. Other than Volk versus Islam, can you think of any other super fights eventually that could be made? Alex Pereira, Jamal Hill. I think John Jones versus Cyril Gane's a super fight. I wish John Jones wouldn't have sat out for 3 years. Another super fight that could be made. Islam versus Leon, maybe. Islam versus Usman. I understand Holloway is in a tough position, but dude, you're in your prime. At least fight more than once a year and a half. Holloway just fought in July, so he's only been off for like 6 months. Joey thought on Alex Pereira versus Hamzat. How would that fight go at 205? Why 205? At 185, Hamzat would dominate him. At 205, Hamzat might be too small. Was John Jones still tested by USADA during the hiatus? Yes. He didn't leave the USADA pool, from my understanding. I can't imagine the scenes of the MMA community if Tony would have beat Khabib had that fight ever happened. That would have been crazy. Joe, you Central Time? No, I am Eastern Time. It is 11:13 p.m. right now. 11:13 p.m. I'm happy this news happened today instead of tomorrow because I got a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. And I would have been screwed because I would have wanted to make a video. It wouldn't have came till late. If you ran back Costa versus Rockhold and gave them both amazing gas tanks, would the result be different? I'll say Costa probably would have finished him. Are you going to watch Ngannou box Tyson Fury? No, probably not, but maybe. What are fights that should step in weight, up in weight for the benefit of their careers? I don't know. Maybe Pereira. Crazy how stacked March card are. I bet the Dagestani fighters want to fight before March 25th when Ramadan starts. Maybe that's true. Do you really think Jamal Hill waits for Yuri? What if he isn't ready till December? No. He will fight unless Yuri's ready in like the fall. I think they would wait for the fight. Eastern gang. But yeah, if Yuri's out to the end of the year, Jamal Hill's fighting someone between now and then, I think. I'm hoping when John wins, all the tests come back negative. Yeah, that would be unfortunate. I'm already scared USADA's going to pop him and he's going to get pulled out of the fight. But it is what it is. You can't stress about things you can't control. But yeah, I'm hoping everything stays intact. Gunnar Nelson or D-Rod? I'm going D-Rod. Gunnar Nelson's a bum who got hyped up because of his relationship with Conor McGregor. You can make a video about guys who go up and weight. Maybe I will. Thoughts on Masvidal versus Burns? I think Masvidal could brutally KO him, but I think Burns is going to out-grind him, take him down, beat him up against the fence, and control him on the ground, take him down repeatedly, and win a decision. I think it'll be a 30-27 decision for Gilbert Burns. Most likely. In my humble opinion. Bilal, Hamzat, Umar all want to fight in March, and there's no room for them. Hilarious. They will be out until April during Ramadan. Need an 8-week break to be ready for fight. Hopefully some of those fights get thrown on those cards. I would love it. Stack it even more. Something in me wants to bet Cody to win by KO TKO at 285. I think that sounds fair. If Jorge wins, does he call out Conor or Leon? Leon if he's still champ. But Leon may not still be champ. If Leon's not champ, then he calls out Conor. If Leon's champ, he calls out Leon. The men's bantamweight needs some action this year with a different champ also. Yeah, I'm ready for Aljo to lose. Can't stress about the things you can't control. Damn, man, I love this. I'm laying out the wisdom tonight. For an early prediction, do you think Burns will try to strike it out? No, he'll grapple with him. He'll pressure him, grapple him. He'll do the same thing he did to Tyron Woodley. He knows his strengths and weaknesses. For an early prediction, do you think Burns will try to strike? Okay, I know he's no Chandler where he will abandon the entire game plan, but I'm curious. Nah, he'll strike a little bit, but just enough to mix in the takedown and get the takedowns. Joe, I didn't see you live. How long are you going tonight? I don't know. I'm an hour and 20 minutes. I'm still waiting for somebody to steal their mother's credit card and super chat $500. Then I'm definitely going 2 hours. I owe it to him at that point. So we'll play to the crowd's hand. Nah, Gilbert won't do that. What a corny name, too, Gilbert. When you really put it, just read the first name, Gilbert. That's a terrible first name. The progression of John's physique over the past 3 years looked natural to me. Who knows what he's doing, but I don't know if natural things would take you 3 years to put on the weight. Also, he's kind of been secretive with his physique too. So it's hard to really tell. UFC 287 is already better than 284, 100%. Way better than 284. Gunnar Nelson have one of the worst styles in MMA history. Fights scared on the feet, holds the back, take on the ground, 0 damage. And I wouldn't say 0 damage. I think Jalen Turner will beat Dan Hooker inside the distance. I agree. Probably sub. Rock him on the feet, then like a guillotine. If an athlete in a different sport did what Masvidal did on the street, would it be handled differently? Yes, they would be punished for sure. And punished severely too. Saeed versus Jonathan Martinez. Who do you got? I'm taking Saeed. I think he's better than Jonathan Martinez. What's worse, Gilbert or Herbert? Definitely Gilbert. Who do you have in set? I'm going Saeed Nurmagomedov. I think he wins that fight by outstriking him. Well, I didn't see it. Got asked already. Fair enough. No big deal. I hope Leon wins because Alex Pereira would put Usman in a wheelchair after Pereira beats Izzy. I think Usman and Adesanya are both going to win. Herbert Burns. Yeah. Joey, after predicting UFC 287, you can call me Mystic Joe because I predict these things. Did you when the news got announced, did you remember me saying that in the Kelvin Gastelum Chris Curtis video? Let me know. Did anybody remember that I called that in that video? I want to know. I want to know. Did anybody remember that I called that in the video? I need to know that. So let me know in the chat. I like the way you thinking. Herbert Burns, future champ, sure. Saeed should fight someone ranked. Yeah, but unfortunately, I guess it's not happening. Jack did. I remember you calling it. Thank you, Victor. I'm just wondering how many people remember that. And I said it in some live streams. Yeah, we don't have 44 likes. Guys, like the stream. We got 39 likes. We got 52 people in the stream right now. Like the stream, like the stream, like the stream. This may be the last stream for a month, for all you guys know. I wonder what you guys would think if I just disappeared off streaming for a month. That would be crazy. I might have to try that. Not this month, but one of these days I'm just going to stop streaming and see how many comments I get. When are you streaming again? When are you streaming again? But I'm glad some of you guys remember Kelvin Gastelum, Chris Curtis video. Last like 3 or 4 minutes of the video, I said the main event of UFC 287 will be Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya 2. I posted a clip on my Instagram. My nose is itching. This is a pivotal part of the stream. For now on, there's a new rule. Every time I got to itch my nose, you guys got to like the stream if you haven't. But, yeah, if anybody wants to see this specific clip, I posted it on my Instagram. So you guys can go check it out. Let's see. How often do you stream? A couple times a week. If Usman and Izzy wins, I hope Usman calls out Izzy because I think the other way around. Israel would not care that Usman is African. Usman should go for the legacy. Okay? Don't ever try that. Imagine. Joey, what's the best prediction as far as fight news that you've ever had? I've called a lot of things, and it's not like I'm throwing so much out there. When I actually kind of cement it and say, I really think this is going to happen, usually it happens. I called Carlos Esparza, Weili Zhang at 281. I believe I called Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya at 281. I called Jamie Pickett, Bo Nickel. I called that. I said, I said probably Jamie Pickett. I wasn't like, oh, this has definitely happened. But I said Bo Nickel versus Jamie Pickett will probably happen. Something along those lines. I don't remember the exact verbiage I used. That was a pretty good one. But if someone else can chime in and remember anything I called that you remember specifically, let me know. If you stop streaming for a month, we will all sub to O'Malley out of spite and start watching NASCAR instead. Be my guest. Be my guest. Go watch NASCAR instead. How do you see a fight between Tatiana Suarez and Rose play out? 2 different weight classes. I think Suarez would out wrestle Rose. If Alex beats Izzy, then goes to light heavyweight and wins the belt and vacates the middleweight belt, who's fighting for it? Whitaker and Adesanya? I mean, that would be a ways away. It could be anyone, but probably Adesanya versus somebody. Be Hamzat versus Adesanya for the vacant belt. Who's Rob fighting? I'm hoping they get a deal with Paulo Costa and make that come to fruition. Why Alexander Volkanovski being called featherweight GOAT when he's achieved less than Aldo? I don't know, man. I guess because he's got 3 wins over Max Holloway and a win over Aldo and a win over Chad Mendez. But I get what you're saying. John Anik, shades of Mystic Mac to Joey predicting fights. LMFAO. Dude, oh my. Shades of Conor McGregor inventing shoulder strikes. I've been making that joke since I started the channel about Conor McGregor inventing shoulder strikes. It is an absolute abomination that the MMA community and the UFC pushes the narrative. Conor McGregor invented shoulder strikes just because he threw a couple shoulder strikes and got Cowboys' nose to bleed. All of a sudden, shoulder strikes are Conor McGregor's invention. It was so annoying. And the fact that he said that on the last pay-per-view really grinded my gears. If I was in person and I heard him say that, I'd smack him if I was in with arm's reach. You know, it was just so annoying. They acted like the shoulder strikes finished Cowboy Cerrone. It was disgusting. All because as soon as it was over, Conor was talking to him and pointed to the shoulder. And that's why they adopted that narrative. But John Anik, in case you guys didn't know, John Anik is a Conor McGregor dick sucker. Okay? He was talking shit about Nate Diaz before the Nate Diaz fight and was like, yeah, Conor McGregor's going to win this fight. He's a massive Conor McGregor lover, cult-like follower. He's like, yeah, Conor's going to smash Nate Diaz, and if he doesn't, I'll get a 209 tattoo on my arm. Well, guess what? Nate Diaz smashed Conor, choked him out, and guess what? John Anik had to get a 209 tattoo. And Nate Diaz brought it at the post-fight press conference. Said, John Anik better get a motherfucking 209 tattoo before I whoop his little ass. It actually bothers me that John Anik is so beloved. And he does a decent job, don't get me wrong. But dude is the cornball of all cornballs. And I know that's his job, but some of the shit is just annoying. But again, I told you guys, I don't really like any of the commentators. So it is what it is. John Anik's better than probably a lot of others. He's better than Bisbang. And I know they're different types of commentators, but you get my point. Tatiana is strawweight. Well, she's moving to flyweight because she's fighting at flyweight. But Tatiana would beat Rose. She's moving to flyweight, though. I think she's fighting at flyweight in February. You got the Sean Strickland one pretty spot on. The Sean Strickland one. What did I say about Sean Strickland? I'm trying to remember. What did I call in regards to Sean Strickland? I don't remember now. Volk is the featherweight GOAT. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but you have to take into account what Aldo did in WEC as well. Who is going to be Hamzat's next opponent? I'm going to say Kamaru Usman, but you never know what's going to happen. Joey, what's up, brother? Great show as always. Thank you, Blood Money. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Best of luck on the channel. Hope everything is going great, and I appreciate you stopping by. Show some support. I always try to jump by, drop a comment here and there in the live chat, and I appreciate you doing the same, my friend. Do you have some understanding for people who enjoy power slap? Because there's also people who can't understand why people enjoy MMA and boxing. Sure. But I don't get it. I mean, I guess people are mentally disabled and enjoy people slapping each other around. But I understand the comparison you're making. Jones did shoulder strikes at 236. Oh, did he now? Recency bias is a thing. Usman had 5 title defenses. Equal to Matt Hughes, less than GSP, but was called a welterweight GOAT. Yeah, recency bias also has a massive effect. Who's worse, Anik or Cruz? Anik. Just join the stream. Do you think Israel would finish Pereira? Yes. I'm picking Israel Adesanya TKO for my early prediction. Chill, Joey. Don't disrespect the GOAT commentator, Anik. Shut up. Did you enjoy Goldberg more than Anik? Yes. I prefer Gooden over Anik. I don't know about Gooden, but Goldberg definitely. Goldberg is just nostalgia. Nostalgia for sure. If you could choose a co-main event for 284, what would you add to make it better? Khamzat Chimaev, Colby Covington. That's the fight to add to make it better. But it should have been Robert Whittaker, Paulo Costa. At least John Anik isn't as bad as Joe Rogan, but they are all shit in their own ways. Agreed. Joe Rogan's gotten horrible over the past, 3 to 4 years. I don't even think he pays attention to the fights anymore half the time. I think he's just looking to make over-exaggerated reactions. Tatiana will be champ if she can stay healthy. You think she will be champ at 125? Because I believe her next fight is at 125. I know she's fought at strawweight, but I think she's fighting at 125 now. So I'm curious, do you think she'll be the champ of 25 or what? But it's all a matter if she can stay healthy or not, which she hasn't been able to do. God, the Fight Pass app is pure ass. I can't find a thing. Dude, ESPN Plus is ass too. It's always lagging out, and it's impossible to search for fights half the time. It's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. So I wish they would up their game. No, I would not trade Anik for Big John. Don't ever suggest such a thing. I would never, ever, 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 ever want Big John anywhere near the UFC. Big John is horrible. Horrible. I'm being dead serious. If the UFC hired Big John for commentary, I would have to watch every fight card mute. I just can't listen to Big John. He's so annoying. I think Volk has the better wins compared to Aldo and still in the middle of his reign, so it's early to tell. Yeah, I would have to look at it side by side and compare it. Goldberg was a GOAT commentator. Dude always brought the hype. Yeah. Dude, Joe Rogan and Mike Goldberg, like 2012, 2014-ish, was the GOAT commentary duo. I think Michael Bisping is the worst. Michael Bisping is horrific. Can Colby keep avoiding Khamzat at this moment? I think he's going to stay in that safe house forever. What happens with Khamzat if he doesn't fight Colby? Maybe he fights Bilal. But if not, maybe he fights someone at middleweight. Gets like a winnable fight at middleweight, I would guess. The Fight Pass app on Samsung TV literally doesn't even work. Dude, the UFC just needs to get their shit together. They're garbage. I remember at UFC 263, Izzy had great head movement in the first round against the cage, and Izzy threw one punch back, and Marvin dodged it. And Joe said good head movement by Vettori as well. Doesn't surprise me. I don't specifically remember that, but doesn't surprise me. If Big John was a commentator, and I'm learning Spanish, dude, there used to be a feature on like Fight Pass or something where you could just listen to the crowd noise. And it's no longer available, which is annoying. I would love to just be able to turn off the commentary. There was a pay-per-view recently where it started, and there was a glitch, and the commentary wasn't coming through, but all the crowd noise and octagon noise was coming through. So I wish we had that permanently. I hate Josh Thompson as well. Surprised me he can't commentate while sucking himself off. He's not really a commentator, is he? He's just like an analyst on the desk. Josh Thompson on the desk. People forget that Alex also took Izzy down. Did he? I'm trying to remember. If he did, it was only for a second, I think. Mike Bisping can barely see the fights, if you know what I mean. Yes, I do know what you mean. Frozen, thank you for the $2 donation. Burr. Power Slap PPV donation. Yeah, guys, I need you to send donations. I need to be able to afford the Power Slap pay-per-view so I can stream it on my channel. So I think it's going to be $150. So keep sending the donations if you want me to be able to afford the Power Slap pay-per-view. I would greatly appreciate it. UFC 287 is stacked already. I know. Pereira Adesanya 2. Burns versus Masvidal. Raul Rosas Jr. versus, was it Christian Rodriguez? How'd I forget? Holland versus Pons. There's a bunch of great fights on 287. Megan O'Leary or John Anik on the commentary desk. I'll take Megan O'Leary. Do you think Brendan Fitzgerald has play-by-play? He's all right. Not great, not terrible. Power Slap is garbage. I know. I was kidding. If I see Joey MMA, well, it's MMA Joey, live, that says Power Slap watch along, I'm unsubbing it and reporting the channel, LMFAO. You know what's funny? I searched for this the other day. And I found an MMA channel doing a Power Slap watch along. And I felt the most secondhand embarrassment that I've ever felt in my entire life. If there is any MMA channels out there doing Power Slap Power Slap live stream. Let's see if I can find any more of them. The Battle for the House Power Slap Beyond the Match on the UFC's YouTube channel. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know. There was a channel out there, a garbage MMA channel, live streaming Power Slap. Embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. I can't believe that. Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa will be a banger and will fill the seats. That would be incredible. I would like it. $2 for the slaps. Thank you, Adam, for the $2 donation. Thank you. Yeah. Gotta buy that Power Slap pay-per-view. Do you hate bare knuckle boxing like I do? I think it's garbage. I don't hate it, but I don't watch it. Let me put it that way. I don't care about it. Good morning, Thomas. We need to rate Power Slap lives as a community. Dude, is there really a community of Power Slap fans? I wonder if that even exists. Because if there is, they should be ashamed of themselves. They should genuinely be ashamed of themselves. I can't imagine. I literally can't even imagine. Yeah. I mean, MMA channels are live streaming Power Slap watch-alongs. Any channels like that, you need to unsubscribe to. If you see a channel doing Power Slap watch-alongs, please unsubscribe to them. Dana really compared Power Slap to UFC 30 years ago. Think it's going to be huge. No, he didn't. He did not say that. What's weird is they're doing the whole Ultimate Fighter like regurgitation of Power Slap. And, I don't think that. Who wants to watch these guys live in a house? They're definitely going to slap each other around a little bit, I would think. But I don't know. I really don't know. I can't even fathom watching the Ultimate Fighter version of Power Slap. Damn, I'm late. What's up, Mario? Better late than never. Joe Martinez need to be demoted to Power Slap with the farting out of the blue corner. That he does. Mario, thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you very much, Mario. Thank you. Better late than never. The $10 super chat going right to my Power Slap pay-per-view fund. Appreciate you. Lord, I thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Okay, you're doing that video that's going around. Okay, Sam, what's up? Ever get into watching jiu-jitsu? Pretty much exciting and lots of talented people, so much higher level than we see in the UFC. Not really, but I have watched a couple in one championship. It's all right, but I hate the fact that sometimes we don't get finishes, which has been everyone I've watched. Who's Dustin's next fight if Oliveira versus Beneil gets set? I'm going to say Dustin Poirier versus Mateusz Gamrot, but I don't know. Yeah, the Power Slap pay-per-view fund, guys. Keep it coming. I need the Power Slap pay-per-view fund to get full. Dana was watching an episode of Jackass and Power Slap was born. I can't believe he really thinks it's going to be like a massive sport. What's today's prediction on Chito Corey? Corey by decision. Derek Lewis is looking more muscular and less flabby. Imagine he has better cardio with massive KO power. That would be very interesting. Joe, if you eat P3 protein snacks with your Venom gear, it'd be better than steroids. Dude, Venom gear basically gives you the power to do anything at this point. If Marlon Moraes had a chin, how do you think he would do against the bantamweight top 5? Marlon Moraes with a chin. Let me take a look. Marlon Moraes with a chin beats Aljamain Sterling. Marlon Moraes with a chin beats Sean O'Malley. Marlon Moraes with the chin loses to Piotr Jan. Marlon Moraes with a chin beats Merab Dvalishvili. Marlon Moraes with a chin beats Marlon Vera. And Marlon Moraes with a chin beats Corey Sandhagen as well. He's an elite level fighter. What is a fight you rewatch often? I don't really have time to rewatch fights that often because I'm rewatching fights for upcoming fights, to give analysis. So there's not like fights I'm like constantly rewatching. I'm constantly trying to keep up to date with my predictions by watching fights related to the fights that are upcoming. What fight did Joe Martinez set farting out of the blue corner? I don't know. It was on the Strickland and Mavov card, I believe. But I can't remember. Ask me in the Discord. Remind me in the Discord, and I will find it because I could definitely find it. Let me look up the Sean Strickland card real quick. Let's go to Tapology. Major results. UFC. Why isn't it filtering UFC? UFC. Oh my god, so it's not giving me. I think it was on the Sean Strickland card. It was on the Sean Strickland card, I believe. UFC Fight Night, Strickland versus Amavov. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Remind me in the Discord and I will find it for you. Dana after slapping his wife, it's the fight business. This stuff happens. Exactly. Ian Gary got added at 285. I saw that against some bum. Do you think Islam not having Habib in his corner that gives Alexander more of a chance? Maybe slightly, but nothing crazy. Poirier, Gamrot, both ATT, just saying. Okay, so that's probably not happening. Maybe Poirier, Arman, though. But I want to see Arman Chandler. Dana got the idea of power slap at, he got the idea of power slap at a club in Mexico. How much do I have to donate to see you power slap match versus MMA Guru? I don't know. You're gonna have to pay him to do it. I'll do it for like 500. Which guys from Bellator could beat the top guys on welterweight? Could beat the top guys at welterweight. I don't know. Yaroslav Amosov, I think, would be successful in the UFC, but I don't know about like be the champion, but he could have some success. Marlon Moraes with the chin is a new Mystic fighter. Dude, he was one of the best of the best. Can you break down how Conor has changed the fight game inventing shoulder strikes? You're gonna have to donate good money for that one. Do you think Aljo would have had the same game plan against Merab against Aldo? Yes. And after seeing the Merab fight, I think Aldo would have probably lost to Aljo just based on the controlled positions. That's what I'm thinking. Aljo would have pushed him up against the fence, controlled him up against the fence. If you could interview 2 current champs on the channel, who would you pick? I don't know, man. I'll say... I'm really not itching for any, I'll say Jamal Hill and Brandon Moreno or Alexander Volkanovski. There you go. Do you think Jose could have become champ again if he never went down to 135? No, Volkanovski would have beat him. I'm guessing Volk, not sure about the second. Yeah, Volk would be in there too. That's what I said. Who's your top 5 PFL women's lightweights? Shut up. BKFC pretty lit right now. I hate BKFC. Who does Aljamain beat at 145? Nobody. Maybe Yair. It's possible, but doubtful. Can you tell how long someone has a subscriber on your channel? Do you have your subscriptions public? If you have your subscriptions public, I can tell, but I have to like sift through and find it. So make your subscriptions public, and I will look for it in the future. If you guys are watching right now and you're not subscribed, go subscribe to the channel. Go subscribe right this very second. We are sitting at 6,774 subscribers. Which is crazy. Can you check mine? When did you say you thought you subbed again? When did you say you thought you subbed? I can see who has the most subscribers who subbed to me. The most subscribers that subbed to me has like 600K subscribers. I can tell you that easily. Okay, so most subscribers, lifetime, most subscribers. The most subscribers that subscribe to me has 589,000 subscribers. It's DBurke321, followed by James Lynch, followed by Regeneration, followed by Rob Wright, followed by Zach Backpacking. Yeah, so there you go. But yeah, unless you know about when you subscribed, it's hard for me to check. It's going to take a bit. Also, use your milestone chat if you're active. Yeah, that's the member. He's talking about how long did he actually subscribe to the channel. Yeah, but thank you, Adam, for the 6 months of membership. Appreciate you, Adam. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support, man. Now we need to power slap gyms. Stop. Dana White and his wife added to 287. Nah, they don't put power slap on that. Yeah, you unsubscribed and resubscribed, Fry. So yours got reset. I actually saw yours the other day when I was looking. Let me see something real quick out of pure curiosity. Go to comments. Let me search Frozen. Let's see when your first comment on the channel. Was your first comment on the channel, was it around the time that you first subscribed? Because it says 3 months ago that you first subscribed. Frozen. Or first comment, it was 3 months ago, Frozen. So, yeah, I don't know. My subscription is public. Please check. Remind me. I'll try to look tomorrow or Sunday, and I'll get back to you guys next stream. Do you think you will ever do a video on your top 5 GOAT list? Probably not. But Habib probably would be on it, but probably not. Maybe not. Definitely top 10. Left too soon. My subscription is public. Yeah, remind me. Are there upcoming fights that you're disappointed with? Not a fan of Corey Sandhagen versus Cheeto, only because Cheeto versus Sean. Agreed. Yeah, I'm disappointed in that, and also I'm disappointed that that's at the Apex. Quick fire. Aldo Sandhagen. Aldo O'Malley, Aldo, Jan Umar, Jan, Hill, Rockage. How do you see a fight between Jamal Hill and Smith playing out? I think Jamal Hill would brutalize him, probably TKO 3rd round. Can you imagine having power slap between? Oh, dude, it wouldn't shock me. Hill wins, but Smith straight up gangster. Yeah, I mean Smith's super durable. My subscription was around the Joshua Fabia era. Well, that should actually be easy to find. So let me take a look real quick. That would be the beginning of time. So let me go to lifetime, date subscribed, filter back. I wish some of these guys were in the chat. I'm looking at the first subscribers on the channel right now who have their public subscription out. Let me put Rose 50. Okay, let's look. I don't see you in here, man. I'm up to May. It should be somewhere around May, but I'm not seeing it currently. Merk Lee, who is a member of the channel, subscribed in May of 2021. So he was the first 2 months of the channel. He's a member of the channel as well. So shout out to Merk Lee. I just recognize that name. I'm seeing if I see any names that I recognize here. I'm not seeing anything about you, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not seeing Adam, another first subscriber. I just see this, Adam. You're May 25th, 2021. You subscribed to the channel. So shout out to Adam. John Ross, who's frequent in the chat. June 8th, 2021. Subscriber to the channel. So shout out to you guys. I'm going to look at one more page. Blaze One Sports, member of the channel and longtime subscribers as well. June 30th, 2021. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody else's name here. I'm not seeing it. I'm going to look one more page and I'm done. Yep, that's it. That's it. There you go. All right. Where was I at? Who ain't subbed? I don't know. You guys, everyone needs to make sure they're subscribed. It helps the channel. I'm trying to get up to 7,000 subs ASAP. But I already know I subbed the day your video about 267 came out talking about the change start time and it being free. That's crazy you found that video. Should the UFC do title fights on free TV? Yes. They did it for Fox Sports for a while. Who does Umar fight next? I'm going to say Dominic Cruz. Does Johnny Walker make a Glover-like comeback? Possible. Check me. Did not see it. My nickname was Muhammad. Didn't see it. Do you remember Zabit video? I requested that awesome video. Thanks for the request. No problem. Do you see when I sub? I did not see it. Joey, can you see when I'm subbed? I did not see it. Font with a chin versus Jan, and then versus O'Malley. I think he loses to both of them. Hey Joey, what's up, Beast Boy? What's going on? We are taking you to 1 milli subs. How? No idea, but I'll be here for it. You the man. Dude, I don't even know if that's possible, but I'm gonna do everything in my power to try to make it possible, but I have no idea. I remember when they had TJ fight on a fight night and not a pay-per-view. Why was that? They used to do it for like big Fox cards. They had TJ Dillashaw versus Dominic Cruz on a big Fox card. They used to do it with Benson Henderson a bit. So it happened all the time. But it seems like they're not willing to do that anymore, really. So it's not happening. But you never know. They might mix one in on the big ESPN like ABC card type thing. How do you see Font moving up to 45? No, he would be nuts. He would not have any success. He gets brutalized now. What do you think's going to happen to him at 145? He would get destroyed. Who is Jared Gordon fighting next? I forgot. Bobby Green. Yeah, I think it's Bobby Green. I'm assuming that's what that guy's saying. So I'm assuming that's what it is. That's what I remember it being. You'll get to 1 million, Joey. You're a G. Plus, what did you think of Tubby, Jamal, and Espedo? I didn't see Tubby, Jamal, and Espedo. Yo, Joey, what UFC would you absolutely need tickets for? I would love to go to 285. Do you have a favorite Pride fight? Off the top of my head, I can't think of any. But there's that one that went around with like Dan Severn and that Asian guy. I can't remember his name. Was craziness. Bro, they'll pull some BS like Valentina versus Misha Tate on ABC and say it's the biggest women's fight of all time. Would not shock me at all. How do you see a fight between Islam and Colby play out of Colby move down to 55? How do you see a fight between Islam and Colby play out? Colby moved. I think Islam would win without striking. My first time ever watching you was Francis Ngannou's last fight. I don't know how long ago that was when I subscribed to you. So it was Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane is what you're saying. I think. So that would be January of 2022. Yeah, I don't know if I can get back. I don't know if I can get that far. Yeah, that would take way too long. I'm not going to. Yeah, it's like millions of pages, basically. So, yeah, I'll have to check it out at a later date. Hooker versus Turner hype. I mean, I think it's a great fight, but I think Turner probably murks him. Probably hurts him on the feet and then submits him. Fedor versus Krokop. Fair enough. Realistically, Colby could cut to 55. Would not surprise me. But dude is in witness protection. So, realistically, Colby, yes. Dude, you're doing great on the content. You always pump out great videos with actual thought behind it. You're always live interaction with the chat. As long as you keep it up, it's only a matter of time. Appreciate you. Yeah, I know people can pump out quick video. It's like 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long on the news. But I like to give you all my thoughts possible. So sometimes it might take me a little bit longer, but I try to gather my thoughts. I take a couple bullet points sometimes, and then I try to hit on all those bullet points. But I'm glad you guys enjoy them. My goal is when you're watching my videos, you're interested in the majority of what I'm saying, and you don't feel like I'm talking just to talk. That's kind of my goal, and to be very clear and cover every possible angle of it. Sometimes I miss a couple things, but for the most part, I try to give you guys something worth watching, something entertaining, something educating on the sport. That's the goal. I started watching around Oliveira Gaethje. I think it was live stream after Charles missed weight. Fair enough. When Francis fight last, yeah, it was January of 2022. How come you've been when you stream pay-per-views and fight nights, you were behind me 10 seconds? Any idea if that can be fixed? If I'm behind you, no, it can't be fixed. The stream's automatically delayed. What you can do is just pause your pay-per-view for 10 seconds and just sync up with me. Because you're not missing much. You're 10 seconds behind. It's not a big deal. You won't even notice. It's not like you're going to miss anything. Just try to, that's why I put up the fight clock so you can sync up with me. If you were alone in a locked room with Aljamain Sterling, do you need to kill him to leave? How does it go? I kill him, I guess. Do you think Tommy Boy Aspinall will fight again before the end of the year? Yes. I have to pause so we can be synced. Yeah, I have it on low latency, but there's nothing I can do. ESPN Plus combined with the stream. I have to pause so we can be synced. Do you stream one championship in Bellator? Yes, I do. Yes. The James Lynch Guru interview was so awkward. Jesus. Yes, it was. Joey, can you recreate your reaction to Edwards KOing Usman? I cannot do that right now. So I've been subscribed for over a year. Yes, you have. Look at the lightweight rankings and tell me who would be success moving down to 45. It cannot be a fighter who's already fought there and a fighter who's never fought at 45. Come on, Baz. Come on, man. These questions. Everyone's already fought there. I'll say Justin Gaethje. I don't know. Justin Gaethje can go down there. Yeah, and it's also not like you're pausing to sync up. It's not like you're pausing to sync up for 5 minutes, so you're 5 minutes behind what's happening. You're right there. I'm right there with you. How would you fight if you were a fighter? With fighter would your style be? I mean, obviously everyone want to be well-rounded. So well-rounded. I actually kind of like, I would probably be a wrestler, honestly, though. I really like the way you organize the topic in the video itself. It really gets you to watch the whole thing. I mean, that's the goal. The goal is to have really solid information to the point you want to stay to the end to watch every bit of information that I'm going to give. But I don't ever want you guys to feel like because I base my YouTube channel on kind of my preferences when I'm watching YouTube. I don't ever want you to feel like you're watching a video and I'm just talking to fill time. I am there to get in, get out, hit all the points I want to hit, and then end the video. Boom. I'm not trying to sit here and fill you with nothing but dumb shit to get to a decent point at the end of the video to get you to stay there and watch it, even though the middle of the video was bullshit. So the point is to have good information throughout. And I structured it in a way like, I don't want to give my prediction and then talk about the fight. I like to talk about the fight and then give my prediction. And it makes sense to kind of structure it that way. What has been your favorite video to make so far? Which one are you most proud of? That's a good question, but I honestly don't know. I really enjoy doing prediction videos. They're the hardest to do. Which am I most proud of? I have no idea. I got a lot of great videos, to be honest, that I really enjoy doing. I mean, for the most part, I enjoy getting the thoughts out of my head. Like just not having many people to talk MMA with. That's why I love the channel. I got all this MMA stuff in my head and thoughts, and now I get to tell it to someone. And not only do I get to tell it to someone, I get to tell it to thousands of people. So that's what's excellent. But let me see, which video am I most proud of? I don't know. I'm really proud of most of them, I don't ever finish a video and be like, damn, that was a shit video. There's a couple times where I've done videos and then I kind of messed up a couple times and then I, maybe forgot a point or two when I realized at the end, and I'll redo the video. I'll redo a 20-minute video if I'm not satisfied with it. One video I did was a really good video. I can't remember which one it was. 3 minutes before it was about to end, my memory card got full. And so I'm still not all the way through my video, and it's like a 20-minute video, 15-minute video, and it's flashing on the screen 1 minute. And I ended the video really quick. Kind of wrapped it up really quick. Didn't get to say everything I wanted to say. It was like a 15, 20-minute video. And then I started to edit it, and then I was like, I can't do it. I rushed the ending. So I had to redo the entire video. And there's been times where I have recorded a whole video and then realized my microphone wasn't on. That hasn't happened a lot, but it happens. So some of those videos are my proudest videos because I'm like, damn it, I don't want to do it again, but I have to. And usually the video, even if I mess up and somehow have to re-record it, usually the video ends up being better. So there you go. I always pause the sync, works just fine. Joey's always ahead of my pay-per-view, so I just pause the YouTube stream. See, there you go. And you can watch simultaneously with me. It's funny because I know Joey's 10 seconds behind when big moments happens in the fights. I just wait to see Joey's reaction in 10 seconds. Yeah, the low latency on the stream, what I'm saying right now is 15 seconds in the past, 10 to 15 seconds in the past for the low latency. So that's why you guys are seeing 10 seconds behind me. Plus the ESPN Plus broadcasts are a little bit different here and there. There you go. I watched that interview for about a minute and clicked off because I was like, why the F am I even here? Yeah, fair enough. Do you like your chances in a fight against Aljamain? Do you think you could finish him? First off, pause. Second off, no. I'm going to have to trim my mustache before the next stream. This thing is itching. Given the new information pertaining to James Krause being accused of being an employer agent for a Costa Rican betting company, do you think James Krause is in jail and his coaching career is done? Coaching career, yes. In jail, remains to be seen. Aljo could stomp anyone in the chat. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I think Alizar would like to finish Aljo. I'll say that much. I think he was talking about Jamal Hill's body the other day, too. Pause. Masvidal once said he would move back down to 55 and fight Khabib if the UFC paid him good money. What are your thoughts on that? And do you see a fight play out between? And how do you see that fight playing out? Khabib would maul Jorge badly and finish him. I like Jesse for a while, but he talks just to talk the way you try not to. Yeah. I don't like channels like that just talk for the sake of talking. Joey, I'm sure you've answered this, but how do you see Burns Masvidal going down? I generally think this is one of Masvidal's best matchup in the top guys. This is insane. My nose is itching like crazy. Gilbert Burns is going to grind him out, push him up against the fence, take him down, beat him up, and win a via decision because he's not going to be able to sub Masvidal. Masvidal's sub defense is really good. Do you ever pee during live streams? Yes, I have. I've gotten up to pee. I don't pee on live stream. I get up and go to the bathroom right outside here. Have you ever deleted a video? No, I've never deleted a video. Every video I've ever made is on my channel. Street Jesus should have waited for Edwards. Edwards wants his revenge. Now he's gonna losing to Gilbert. Okay, maybe he should have. He's on here for like hours at the end. Okay, can't you stitch 2 videos of your memory card? Yes, but I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that. How's the YouTube algorithm been treating you since the new year? I appreciate that you always fill us up. Yeah, there you go. Fill you up. The YouTube algorithm's been solid. Every video has been doing pretty good. Thousands of views for the most part on every video. I've been waiting to get one of those ones that pop off like 10, 15K views. Haven't really happened. But if you look at my views, they've been steadily increasing, you know, for the past few, like month and a half. About a month ago, I had a really good uptick with a couple of videos, almost 5K here, 4K here. So it's been good, and it's starting to pick up again. It really is starting to pick up again. And it's crazy. You can see in my analytics, the algorithm really started to pick me up in May of last year. So I'm waiting for another kind of jump up where it starts getting recommended more. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm just doing the best I can. Whatever happens, happens. But appreciate you filling you up, Derek, with content. You didn't hear Derek? He's going to federal effing prison. Yeah. Copy that, Alizar. Finishing with yeah, finish. Yeah, there you go. Lamal, Gilbert's chin is questionable. Would say I think Masvidal has a good chance. That is true. Gilbert's chin is very questionable. Is very questionable. I wouldn't say he's washed at all. Terrible matchup versus Usman and Covington. Agreed. Is Dustin the best boxer in the UFC? No. How much did you invest in your original YouTube setup, if you don't mind me asking? My original YouTube setup was a cheap mic, an expensive camera, an expensive laptop, and a borderline expensive lighting setup. So I had a really nice DSLR camera, but it had recording limits. So I sold that camera and I bought the Sony A6400 with a really, really nice lens. The lens was like $400 itself. So my camera, my Cam Link streaming thing, tripod, couple wires, the memory card, I think was roughly 1,600, 1,500 maybe. The lighting was 300. The microphone was like $60. And the laptop, I needed a new laptop anyway, so I was going to buy a nice laptop anyway. And the laptop was 2,200. But I don't know if you want to count that 100%. So if you add all that together, if you want to count the laptop, 2,200 for the laptop, 1,500 for the camera equipment, 300 for the lighting, and what else was it? And it's like $60 for the microphone. So $4,060 roughly, just a rough guess. So there you go. Right now the setup is insane. Right now I have an insane setup right now, and it's only going to get better because I just spent almost $5,000 on a computer. Just because it's not like I'm not a person who goes out and like drinks and stuff like that, and I save most of my money anyway. So I spend my money on tech. I like high-end tech. And on my TV, I have a 77-inch OLED CX downstairs in my living room. It's insane. If you've been in the Discord, you've seen it. Crazy TV. I love high-end tech. So it's hard for me to buy like low-end tech. So that's why I always have to go in. But right now, let's see I'm going to count my new computer too. So I got 4,060. I got rid of my old mic. My new mic setup was roughly 1,000. Okay. My desk was roughly, I got a standing desk that I can use. My desk, I think, was 700. And then what else have I bought? I'm trying to think. My stream deck, I think, was like 100. Then I also got this external hard drive that I need. I think that was like 75. My keyboard and mouse was 200. And then I don't think I added my monitor on here yet. My monitor was, I think it was 450 roughly. And then my new computer was 4,500. That's coming on Tuesday. It's supposed to be delivered on Tuesday. So my current setup cost, I'm trying to think what else I'm forgetting. And I'm probably not counting a couple things like this stand for my phone, but does that really count? The headphones here. I have a whole nother like storage drawer here for all like my extra like camera accessories, different stuff like that I need to store. Not counting any of that stuff. This is, once I get my new computer, my setup is this much right there. $11,085, which is insanity. But again, I like buying top end tech anyway. And I have the money to buy it anyway. So why not? Plus I'm then earning it back, like your guys' donations. And I've said this since the second I got monetized, all your donations right now are going towards my setup. I'm paying it with your guys' donations essentially. So if I'm breaking even and getting the top end tech and giving you guys the best possible quality, I couldn't be happier. Even if I'm breaking even, eventually it'll pay off. Okay. Eventually it'll pay off. So appreciate you guys. Your donations are going to supporting the channel, and I can't thank you guys enough. So you guys know when you send money via donation, it's all being invested to all this stuff to give you guys the best possible video quality, audio quality, setup in general. And I could not sit here. I would not be able to run this channel with low quality video or audio. I would not be able to do it. I wouldn't have it in me to record videos because I'm a picture quality nut. And I can't, I need the crispiest picture quality ever. That's why if you go back to the first video on the channel, crispy picture quality. Obviously it's gotten better. I've improved the lighting and stuff like that with subtle changes, but I'm like a picture quality snob, so I couldn't run a YouTube channel with terrible picture quality. But there you go. Okay. I was rewatching Conor Floyd. When's the YouTube Shorts channel coming or nah? Probably never. I don't know. I was rewatching the Conor Floyd Toronto press conference after the fact. Paulie, I forgot how to pronounce his name. Malignaggi, I think is his name. Started talking in his sentence. He said, "Young fighters, come on you." I was like, pause, okay? If Talia Santos versus Aaron Blanchfield for the interim belt co-main for Islam Volk, do you think that fight would sell on pay-per-view? No. Tatiana Suarez? Okay, I see what you're saying. Maybe a little bit. Joey, do you ever get burnt out from work and staying up doing streams? A little bit. That's why when we had the month off, I kind of chilled back a little bit. Chilled back a bit. Joe, you should watch the new Last of Us series if you ever played the game. I played the first game, have not played the second game yet, but I am watching. I'm up to date on the 2 episodes. I have an $800 setup to stream, not include my computer, and yet I just play video games and it looks fancy and work video calls. Why don't you, so you don't stream at all? Do you ever root for particular people or are you neutral for the most part? I root for people for sure. I always let you guys know who I'm rooting for. People sleeping on Gilbert, punching power. He needs to KO Kamaru and Hamza. I have Gilbert brutally KO Jorge. It could happen. Joey, I think you should go for an MMA bobblehead sponsorship ASAP. Great products that you have in your background. Do reviews for them also, possibly. Yeah, I would love to have him as a sponsor. I love his bobbleheads. So if I could get the bobblehead for free plus a little bit of compensation, that'd be a great sponsor for me. Show's great, honestly. Okay, there you go. Imagine how one-sided Jorge Hamzat would be. Dude, Hamzat would wreck him badly. Jorge would never take that fight in a million years. How much do you make a month per year on YouTube with 10K subs? I don't have 10K subs, so I can't answer that. I was just on the first video you made. Definitely good quality for a first-time video. Exactly. That's the goal. You can see it was awkward, but I don't care. There's nothing I'm embarrassed of, okay? That's why I always said, there's people that come in here talking shit. There's nothing that anybody can say to me that can make me feel bad, okay? I'm not worried about strangers, talking shit. I'm not worried about it. Every video I ever made on the channel is up, okay? You can watch it. You can see the evolution of the channel. But all I did, I've told this story multiple times. When I started my channel, I just started trying to make as many videos as I possibly can. Not for the views, because I wasn't getting any views. The point was to get experience making the videos, because it's awkward talking on camera. Now it's become second nature. It's still a little bit weird. If you ever call someone and, like a business or some sort, and all of a sudden, you got to leave a voicemail and you feel weird leaving a voicemail. Imagine that times like 50 on getting on live stream. It's weird. Who's more of a draw, Tatiana Suarez or Talia Santos? I'd say Tatiana Suarez. No, I don't stream, but I want to, just afraid to be on camera, I suppose. Just do it, Adam. It doesn't matter. What are people going to say? Oh, you're ugly. You're awkward. Who cares? Who cares what anybody thinks? If somebody's not telling you positive anything, if they're telling you legitimate feedback, that's fine. Negative feedback, that's fine. But if people are just trying to put you down, who cares what they have to think? Why should you care what some random online person thinks? Okay? You shouldn't. If you want to do it and enjoy yourself doing it. Haters will come. Who gives a fuck? Fuck them. You know how many haters I've gotten even since I started the channel? And I don't care. I don't care. I am a person that's super determined, okay? When I want to do something, like my determination is just unwavering. That's one of my strong suits. And when I started, I felt awkward as hell. Every time I pushed record, I felt weird as hell. But you know what I said? I ain't going to let some bitch-ass little video, some dumb-ass little stream stop me from doing something that I want to do. And guess what? I did it. So just do it. Who gives a fuck? What is somebody going to say you're ugly? Imagine caring that an internet stranger thinks you're ugly. Don't care about it. Do it. Enjoy it. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it, and just do it. So there you go. You can't care what other people think. It's too much. You're gonna just stress yourself out. And I honestly, let alone what internet strangers think, I don't give a fuck what people I know in real life think half the time. I don't care. Only the people that I actually like, that are actually in my life on a day-to-day basis, do I care what they think. People are always worried, oh, what is this person going to think about me? What is that person going to think about me? I don't even fuck with this person, so what do I care what they think about me? That's the way I see it. So you definitely shouldn't care what online strangers think of. Adam, do a stream, post it in the Discord. There will be plenty of people from our Discord that will come there and show you some support, you know? But you can't worry about it too much. You should just do it and put yourself in a small square to start off with. You know, that's how most video game streamers do anyway. If anyone wants to start a YouTube channel, just do it. Don't care what people think. There's no reason. You have nothing to be embarrassed of. I don't care. I don't care what anyone thinks of me, you know. Again, I like constructive criticism. But people that are just going to put you down, you don't need those people. You know, especially if you're having fun. I'm having fun right here. I'm enjoying myself. I'm talking bullshit with a bunch of people who love MMA pretty much as I do. So what do I care what some random dumbass who comes into the stream and say, hey, you know, you're so ugly and this and that, and, you know, you're dumb and you're an idiot. I don't care. What is that person doing? I don't have time in my life to be that negative. So there you go. There's my inspiration for the day. Jorge got a chin, though. Usman just set up a perfect shot despite what people say. Jorge does have a good chin. Gilbert has only KO'd like 2 people in his career. How do you think? Also, do you like The Last of Us show? The Last of Us show is amazing. Joe, you're going to hit 10K in April? I hope so. I want to hit it in March. I think I'm going to hit it in March. Joey, sometimes when you say words, your cheeks go up and your eyes squint in a mad cute way. Okay, pause. Appreciate it, but pause. Do you think they put women's MMA in a main event for fight nights just because they want to gain more traction? The co-main event to those cards are always much better. I think so. They're just trying to like kind of push it out there a little bit. Joey's okay. Do you think they put okay, read that. What do you think? Why do you not like Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan used to be a really good commentator. Over the last few years, he's gone downhill. He doesn't care about the sport. All he cares about is that's all he cares about now. Pretending to be in viral social media clips. He's annoying as shit. I wish he was gone. Yeah, he's terrible. So there you go. Joey 100% got the same experience during cold calling and got very comfortable. There you go. Appreciate the encouragement. I'll put myself out there. Fuck it. Yeah, exactly. Who cares, man? You can't care what other people think. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. You're going to die one day. Do what makes you happy. Don't give a fuck what some random ass stranger thinks. Jerry, can you share what happened when you got close to the camera? That story you refused to tell last time. Every stream I wonder what the F happened. Dude, who cares? It's such a dumb story. We'll have to find the stream one day, and I'll tell you where to go look. Joey's more motivational than Joe Rogan. Yeah, remember when somebody came in and said, how dare you insult Joe Rogan? He is motivational. Fuck Joe Rogan. Yeah, that's what happens when I stay up too late streaming. Bro, can't wait for the Aaron Blanchfield fight. The Aaron Blanchfield fight is very, very solid. There was rumors that it was off, but Aaron Blanchfield came out and said it's actually happening. Disc golf tomorrow or what? I'm not even sure who this is. I'm assuming, it can only be like 2 people. I am actually going tomorrow at 11. I'm going to Druid. So whoever that is, text me. I'm going tomorrow. I'm actually, I don't know if you remember because I'm not sure who specifically this is. I think I know who it is, but I'm not sure. If you remember, I met a guy at North Glen like 2 months ago. I'm meeting him up at Druid with John. I'm meeting him up tomorrow and playing disc golf. So if you want to go, text me, text Corey, whatever, because I'm assuming it's got to be obviously someone connected to him. And I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But yeah, just hit me up. I'm going tomorrow at 11. No matter what, I'm going to be there at 11. So just let me know. We're going to have 3 people playing at least. Good ass advice, Joey. Thank you, Brendan. And that message was probably forever ago. So who knows if you're still here. I thought he was talking about different cheeks there for a second. Yeah. Yeah, he's talking about different cheeks. Pause. Joe Rogan and Herbert Dean had the same downfall. For sure. Herbert Dean's garbage. Garbage. Joey, what if Volk one-shotted Islam and humped his twitching body in your post-fight? Said, Habib, you abandoned your boy. Dude, imagine if Volk one-shot KO'd Islam and then did the Jorge Masvidal Ben Askren celebration. So there you go. Good idea. Probably good to have someone to play off of. I always think I'm really funny until the camera's on, then I turn into a potato. Fair enough. Do you think people that don't like women's MMA because of less trash talk, and they do sometimes absolutely nothing to promote the fight. I don't know. That could be the case. I don't care about trash talk anyway, so I don't pay too close attention to it. Man, you said one bad thing about Joe Rogan and the whole live went haywire. I know we talked about Rogan for like 45 minutes. I remember at one point, I think it was Jungle, had his name as Joe Rogan's Not Motivational. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Joe Rogan's annoying as hell. And it's because of the standard he set at one point. You missed my comment about Talia Santos? No, I didn't. I read it. Man, you said, okay, yup. Joe Rogan is just out of the times. He doesn't know the new culture with the fighters. He tries to act like he does. In the past, he actually was with the culture and it made him feel more authentic. I don't know. Rogan just seems like he's checked out. He's rich. He's got plenty of things to do. I think that's it. That's it. You know, he's kind of checked out. He doesn't got the time to keep up with it as much as he used to. Keon made a good video about that. I'm trying to think. That sounds kind of familiar, but I don't even know who that is. Same for me. I have no one to talk about MMA. Fair enough. Sad that Dustin tried to say it was fake that his wife is in Connor's DMs. I don't think he really cares. Connor snorts coke, so I don't think he really cares that much. Maybe you can find someone in Discord to work with on a podcast. Maybe you can do a podcast comment on other MMA podcast takes. I don't even have the time for that. I barely have the time for what I do now. But maybe in the future, yeah. No, you didn't. I said, look at the women's 135 rankings and find fighters Talia Santos can beat. I'll give you one. That's too hard. Talia Santos can beat Caitlin Chukagian, Lauren Murphy, Viviane Araújo, Jennifer Maia. Boom. There you go. Exactly. Rogan would be better off nowadays just going more professional with his fight knowledge and less viral shit. Yeah, he's always... Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Disappointed that Shevchenko Santos 2 isn't happening after controversial split decision where Bullet headbutted Santos. Is unfortunate. What did you watch Shimo's interview with Dariush? Interested to know your comments on it. I only watched a clip of it, and I don't know 100% certainty if Dariush versus Oliveira is going to happen. So that's my only thoughts. Was directed at Adam. I missed that. What's your take on Conor posting an ass pic on Instagram? Couldn't care less. Don't give a flying fuck. Lauren, not 135. I think you looked at flyweight. Oh, you said who can she beat at bantamweight? Jeez Louise. I don't think she can beat Miesha Tate. That's about all. I think she gets beat by everyone else because size disadvantage. Yeah. It's disgusting Lauren Murphy was ranked number 4 recently. So, yeah. I don't know. Guys, we have gone 2.5 hours tonight, which is insane to me. Listen, go watch the video I put out on the channel about UFC 287. Go watch that. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm going to post a link in the chat. Actually, let me see something really quick. Let me see. I doubt it. It's almost 1 a.m. now. But let me take a look at something real quick, guys. But Adam, let us know in the Discord. Keep us updated. Let's see. UFC, search. Filter. Live. Let's see if there's any. Ugh. There's a terrible channel live. There's some guy streaming WWE. There's nobody really live right now that I can send you guys to. I'm trying to send you guys to somebody. There's some random channel streaming video games, but he's not even on cam. This guy, there's nothing. Look, guys, I want you to do me a favor. Look, I like to support other channels. Okay? I like to support other channels. This channel is actually done a little dirty shit in the past, but nonetheless, I think they could use the help. Okay. I really think they could use the help. You know, they got 70K subs, but they really could use some help. So guys, I want you to go to this channel and tell them that MMA Joey sent you. I don't know if you're going to want to stick around, but maybe you will. Maybe it's for you. Okay. Maybe it's for you. So go check out this channel. I'm not even going to say their name. You guys go watch them and report back to me after the fact. And make sure you tell them MMA Joey said you could use the help. Or no, don't say that. That sounds kind of shitty. Don't say that. Say MMA Joey sent me here. Okay. If you guys like it, you can stick around. I think they could use the help. All right. I think the channel is on a bit of a downturn. You know, I have half their live viewers with like 1% of their subscribers. They did me dirty in the past, but look, I'm a man who holds no grudges. So it's the only other MMA channel live right now, guys. I'm going to post the link in the chat here in a second. But before we go, I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to like the stream. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to send you this link. I'm going to send you this link to this channel that I don't necessarily like, but they could use the help and they're live right now. And they're the only other MMA channel live right now. The link is in the chat. Tell them MMA Joey sent you. Go do it right now. I mean, I got to give other MMA community, other MMA channels some love when I can. So there's my contribution and my goodwill for the day. Good night. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. And I'll talk to you guys pretty soon. Good night.